Who's gonna start? Who's gonna start this fucking thing?
I feel like it's been me past like 3 of them. So you're
has it?
Yeah, I feel like it has. I feel like it has.
Welcome
personally.
back to the latest episode of the Real Duo Podcast, the most mediocre podcast on the internet. I'm one of your hosts, Wade.
I'm another host, Devin.
What have you been watching this past month?
Oh,
Devin?
Well, most of the stuff I've been watching, we've been reviewing. So that would be, The Exorcist and all that. People should go watch those movies if they want to hear us talk about those.
They should.
I've been watching.
Fuck watching the movie. Just watch our videos. All right.
Yeah, our videos will explain everything that's going on. And
pretty much,
especially Dune. If you want a recap of Dune 2021, go watch our reviews.
Sort of.
But I've been watching that. I've been watching Daredevil because I'm prepping for No Way Home. So I've been rewatching that. Almost done with season 1, watching one a day. And I have been watching. You might make fun of me for this, but I've been watching some Seinfeld.
Probably will.
So that's what I've been.
Oh, I like Seinfeld.
I found out it was on Netflix. And I was like, oh yeah, let's watch it. Let's watch some Seinfeld.
Seinfeld's the that hasn't been ruined with like a reboot.
I mean, they could continue it because like it just ends with them in prison.
No, but they could not because you need Kramer, and they're not going to bring him back because of what happened.
What happened? What happened with Kramer?
He had like a racist rant like 10 years ago.
Oh, that makes sense.
They're not going to bring him back.
That makes sense. I didn't know that he had a racist rant.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, what have you been watching this past month? A lot of Batman stuff, I know.
A lot of Batman stuff.
Yeah.
Not really, not all that much.
You're not just rewatching all the Batman movies or something?
I mean, I do that usually just cause, but I'll do that once the Batman gets closer. We still have like a year before we get that.
Yeah, very true.
But there's been a lot of stuff. I've been watching Doom Patrol. Doom Patrol season 3 has been going. I think we have 2 more episodes left, and it's been pretty good. Not as good as the first season. The first season is like fucking prime television, but season 3 is still really good.
Is it still? It's still living up to the expectations.
It's still good. I think. I feel like it's not hitting me as hard as season 1 did because I binged all of season 1 because it was out, and this one I'm watching week to week. So it's just kind of because Doom Patrol's a weird show, and they like to just have an episode just with stuff happening, and you're like, I don't know what happened, and you have to wait a week to find out. So maybe that's what's doing it. I don't know. I also watched a movie a couple days ago. New Nick Cage movie.
Ooh.
Prisoners of the Ghostland.
Oh, that's a funny title, and I 100% expect that to be a Nick Cage movie when you say that.
It's a terrible movie.
Is it about ghosts?
Not really.
I would love a Nick Cage ghost hunting movie. That would be the greatest thing I've ever seen.
Like Paranormal Activity?
It could be anything. It could just be him believing there's ghosts, but there's not ghosts.
He was in a ghost movie. I think was it Pay the Ghost?
Pay the Ghost? I don't know Nick
Cage
movies.
I think that was a ghost movie. It had to do with like spirits and stuff.
I don't know Nick Cage movies.
Go watch that fucking movie.
I'm not a cult classic. What? That's not what I'm.
A lot of his movies aren't cult classic. A lot of his movies are just dumb.
Hey,
this one's included.
What's that movie where he's Mickey Mouse? Sorcerer's Apprentice. That's it.
What?
That's the one.
Oh, okay. he's not Mickey Mouse in that.
But that's who Mickey Mouse is in that Sorcerer's Apprentice thing. So he's Mickey Mouse.
I guess that's fair. I guess he's the only person to ever play Mickey Mouse in a movie.
He can officially put that on his resume. I was gonna say he could put that on his resume. He's been the mouse.
That's a good point. Nobody saw that movie though.
I saw that movie.
You're the only one.
It was not good, but that's a Nick Cage movie for you.
I expected that. Yeah.
Where's National Treasure 3? Where's that at?
I don't fucking know. That's the one movie everybody wants, and Disney's like, no, we got to make 10 more remakes.
We gotta make Lion King again.
A movie, a prequel. And it's like, all right, the thing that nobody has.
But
what? How was this? Don't watch it.
Don't watch the new Nick Cage movie. No good.
No, it's bad.
Bueno? What makes it so bad?
Good at all.
Is it Nick Cage? Is he terrible in it?
Oh, it's a Nick Cage movie.
But Nick Cage is good in his bad movies.
Somewhat. You can tell in his bad movies that he just does not give a fuck. And in this one, you can tell very much that he's just like, hey, I'm just here and I'm just being Nick Cage. It starts off kind of promising. Like the opening scene is pretty cool, but then it just devolves into boring nonsense.
What is it about? If it's not about ghosts, what is it about?
It's like Nick Cage is in like, I guess it's like modern Japan, and he's a bank robber and he gets arrested, and then I guess the mayor or whoever runs fucking Japan comes to him and is like, hey, my daughter got captured by these guys. If you want to, reduce your sentence or whatever, go get my daughter back. And that's it. That's the plot of the movie.
That's the whole movie. Nothing else happens. Just that.
I mean, not really. There's a lot of just sitting and talking and doing nothing.
That sounds like a boring movie. Why did you watch the whole thing?
Because it had a cool poster, and I was hoping there would be one scene in it that was like, this is fucking really cool. But there wasn't. I was hoping it would be like Mandy.
It was no pig.
It's not like Mandy. And it's no pig either.
I still haven't seen Pig.
Every couple years, Nick Cage puts out a movie where it's like, fuck yeah, Nick Cage is back, and then he continues to make this shit.
He's got to pay for his Magic Rock collection. So,
but he can do that in movies. I'm sure people are giving him good movies. He got Pig.
He got Pig, I guess. Do you think big movies are like, hey, we need Nick Cage for this role? Like, I don't think. Why
not? Happening. He's a marketable name. People know him.
Is he? He's old now though. That's the issue.
It doesn't mean anything.
It does mean something. If you old,
all Marvel has to do is come back and go, yo, Nick Cage is coming back. Ghost Rider 3. Everybody's gonna be there day one.
I don't want that though.
You're gonna be there. Don't pretend
I'll be
like
there.
You're not gonna be there. Exactly.
But I don't want to be there. I'm there because I have to be there, not because I want to be there.
You don't have to be there.
Now you drag me to the theater. You'd be like, let's go see this. I'm like, no.
Oh yeah, I'm seeing that. That sounds awesome.
No.
That sounds awesome.
What else have you been watching?
I watched the Injustice animated movie.
So you have been watching Batman. I knew it.
Well, I guess, sure. That's a general Justice League movie, but sure.
How was it? Any good?
No, not at all.
No. The immediate no,
it's not good.
No redeeming qualities whatsoever. Just flat
out. I mean, there's a couple of scenes in it that are solid. It's not like overall, it's not very good, but there's a couple of scenes in it where it's like, all right, that's kind of a good, solid scene. There's one really cool scene with Batman. There's one cool scene towards the end with Superman. But overall, it's just like they took the Injustice story and they made it 78 minutes for some fucking reason. And it's just one movie. And it's like you took Long Halloween, which is a significantly smaller story, and split over 2 movies. But with Injustice, you're like, no, we can do this in 78 minutes. And it's like, what?
How many issues of an Injustice are there?
There's a lot. Like, plus 2 games that are both like 10 hours at least.
So like you got story. It's not like you don't have story. Like,
well, not even that, because they don't. It's not like they're taking a specific like thing. They're kind of just taking the general premise and then like doing their own thing with it. But you could do anything. Like even if you were just taking specific things, like drag it out a little bit, make it 2 movies, make a trilogy. I don't fucking know. Make it a show.
Maybe they had their A team on Long Halloween and they had their B team on Injustice. And they're like, we can only do so much. So
because it felt rushed. Whoever they got to play the Joker sounded like an 87-year-old man. The animation wasn't very good.
Really, animation wasn't good. That's usually the one thing you could fall back on. Be like, at least the animation was solid. But not
they've started with this new animated universe. They've started doing that like new art style. This one kind of goes back to what they were doing, and I'm not like the biggest fan of that art style where it's very just like angular, blocky, like squares and shit. And I don't like that.
It's like I don't like it when my Injustice movies are Minecraft, and I don't like it.
I mean, I don't.
It's been a while since I watched any DC animated stuff. I was on a binge watching the Superman movies. I think I got through most of them. I don't know.
I still gotta watch Man of Tomorrow. I gotta watch that one and then the Justice Society one that came out.
I haven't seen Justice Society. Man of Tomorrow was good. I have seen that one. Man of Tomorrow was good. It
looks like, is it just another fucking rehash of his origin? Because that's what it looks like.
They dwell on it like a little bit, but they get into it fairly quickly. Like he's Superman fairly quickly into it, or at least he's doing Superman stuff. So
good,
as far as I remember, at least, because it's been a couple of years or maybe a year since I watched it. Recommended. What else you been watching?
Last night, I watched Duel, Duel.
Oh, the Matt Damon movie.
No, that's The Last Duel. Ben Affleck, Matt Damon, and Adam Driver. Have not seen that. That movie looks dumb.
I knew I knew it had Duel in it though. I was on.
I watched Duel, which is Steven Spielberg's first film.
Oh, any good? Spielberg live up back then?
It's very good. It's much better than his newer shit.
Well, I mean, he's lost his marbles, so that's understandable.
Yeah, it's very good.
Have you seen BFG? Like, come on.
I have seen BFG. I've seen Ready Player One. I've seen a lot of his recent movies.
Did he direct Space Jam 2? It wouldn't surprise me if he did.
No, he didn't direct Space Jam 2.
I mean, again, it wouldn't surprise me.
I don't know who the hell directed Space Jam 2.
LeBron did. He probably directed it.
He probably did.
He's been in a couple movies. He knows how the industry works. Like,
okay, cool. Yeah, he's a couple movies. Sure.
I know he was in that movie with that one chick, Amy Schumer or something.
He was in there for like 2 scenes.
He was playing himself, so whatever.
Yeah, that doesn't mean he has enough knowledge to direct a movie.
Shaq could do
it. Dude, Shaq he probably could. He's been in more movies than LeBron has. Are you kidding me?
That is fair. I would love to see a Shaq directed movie just because I want to know like his vision. Like what is it?
It'll be a Charles Barkley biopic.
No, let him make the next Superman movie. Full circle.
Well, at that point, just give us a Steel 2. All right.
He's gonna star. He's gonna write.
He's gonna Ben Affleck it. Be like, I'm gonna star. I'm gonna direct. I'm gonna write it.
And everybody will ask him about Steel, and he'll be like, "I want to talk about the NBA."
No, he'll want to talk about Steel, and then everyone's like, "Who? Why?
What are you talking about, Shaq? You lost your marbles?" It's like, "No, I'm Steel, man. I'm Superman."
No, I'm Steel. I'm back, and everyone's like, "Where did you go?
You were here before?" Like,
you were here before. What is this?
But Duel, was it any good?
Duel's very good.
Really?
I highly recommend watching it. It's very, very good. It's short. It's like, I think it's like 80 minutes because it was like a TV movie.
It's barely even a movie. Good.
Sure, but it's better than any of Spielberg's new movies. So,
is it like a fighting movie? Like, what is it?
Sort of. There's this guy. He's just driving around. He's on his way to like a meeting at his job or whatever, and then there's this crazy truck driver who's trying to kill him, and that's it.
It sounds like an interesting story. Like
it's fucking really cool.
Is it based on? It feels like it should be based on a true story. If it's not,
I don't know. It feels like a Twilight Zone episode. I don't know if it's like based off of anything.
I like it.
It's very good. It's very good, and I love the ending.
Is it just bonkers? Is that why?
The ending is very. It's very. I feel like if you watch it, you'd be like, yeah, that's a Wade ending. Like that's how I learned the movie.
Like the Exorcist 3 or something. Just like.
Something, yeah. Well, it's not like an Exorcist 3 ending. It's not like crazy over the top. It's actually very like, just matter of fact, just like, all right, cool. Like that's just the end of the movie. All right.
Would I be disappointed by the ending? Is that?
No, I mean the story's done at that point.
Oh, okay.
Like, there is a satisfying like resolution to everything, but it just kind of ends.
Fair enough. Anything else you want to mention?
Good. Not really.
No. It's all your movies, nothing else, nothing good.
Pretty much.
It's been a month. You got nothing else.
I watched The Mummy again.
Oh, again, your classic. I still have never seen The Mummy.
It's a great movie. You've never seen what?
No, wait, I have seen The Mummy. Sorry, I'm thinking of Tom Cruise's Mummy.
No, I'm not talking about The Mummy. I'm talking about The Mummy. All right.
I haven't seen Tom Cruise's Mummy.
Why? That's not the one I watched either.
And you watch the Brendan
Why would I
Fraser
ever
one.
watch that?
I don't know, because you
Yes.
like Tom Cruise.
I do, but that movie's poop.
The Brendan Fraser one, still, to me, it just doesn't live up as much as people say it does. Maybe because I didn't watch
Screw
it.
you.
I didn't
That
watch
movie's
it as a
incredible.
kid, so maybe that's why.
I watched it as a kid,
I watched it as like a teenager
and
when
it
I
was
first
incredible.
watched it.
And
I
it
was
still is incredible.
And I was just like, why do people like
Shut
this
your
so
mouth.
much? That freaking face in the sand dust storm or whatever. I'm like, who cares?
What about? It's cool.
It's fine. It's whatever. Brendan Fraser's cool, isn't it? I like Brendan Fraser.
Is. He's very cool.
It's just a whatever.
It's a cool movie.
It's a whatever to me.
No, you're wrong.
I love it when me and you disagree on movies. I find it very entertaining.
Because you're wrong. We don't disagree. You're just wrong.
Oh, okay. Fair enough. Wade's always right. Hashtag. That's a hashtag. He's putting that on a shirt. He's got like 10 shirts in development right now.
I haven't even started making any of them.
You ready to get into the news then, Wade?
I mean, technically we have an MC review, but I kind of don't want to talk about it.
What is it? Oh, the finale.
The last episode of What If.
Oh, we didn't talk about. I thought we talked about that before.
We talked about the penultimate episode. We didn't talk about the finale.
Oh, the finale.
Wasn't good.
We can. I was gonna say we can just. It was alright.
It wasn't alright. It wasn't good.
The one thing I did enjoy was that I thought some of the visuals were pretty good, but other than that,
but that doesn't mean anything.
I enjoyed watching some of the fighting, but other than that, it wasn't much to it.
I guess it was a bunch of nonsense. It was dumb.
And you were correct. The watcher should not have broke his rule so early into the show.
No.
So
it was a terrible idea.
People have been wanting. I don't know if you've seen this, but people have been wanting the ending to be Black Widow shows up back in the MCU, and I'm like, no. Why would you ruin that?
That's what I thought they were gonna do. And I'm glad they didn't do that, because I would have been like, you people suck. I hate all of you.
So why would
that
you
would have completely ruined everything.
Right.
I have a feeling now that we've seen that happen, it's gonna happen at some point.
No.
It's gonna happen at some point.
They already got
soon, but it's gonna happen.
They already got the replacement.
We've already
Black
seen
Widow.
it. They've already set it up.
But that's like animated TV show. Like, come on.
Doesn't matter. They said
I don't want it.
We're gonna see it in a movie at some point with either Black Widow or Tony Stark. They're gonna one of them or both of them are gonna come back.
I don't want it. Don't do it. People really enjoyed What If though, based on what I've heard. I don't understand why. Like, it could have been so much better. It could have been so much better.
It could have been great.
I think me and you should just pitch the ideas. Be like, all right, we're doing What If this happened.
No, because I'm gonna pitch some really dark, weird shit. And they'd be like, no, we're not making that.
You'd be like, what if Tony was actually an alcoholic? That's your what if.
Yeah. What if he was just like a spiraling alcoholic and just never became Iron Man and died of kidney failure? That's not interesting.
It's called Ultron would never be created and the world would be better.
Yeah,
because there's less Spider-Man villains.
He would have done more good by just doing that.
Spider-Man would just become irrelevant because there's no villains for him to fight.
Well, I mean, I feel like Spider-Man would still be around, but he'd still be rocking his like dumb PJs.
He'd be rocking his dumb PJs. There'd be no Vulture. There'd be no freaking Mysterio. Nothing. None of that.
Yeah. World would be a safer place.
Basically, what we've determined is that Tony Stark is the worst person in the MCU. That's what we've determined.
He is. I've been saying that for a while now, and everyone's like, "Ooh, boo, you're wrong," and I'm like, "No, I'm not."
Well, that's our MC review. That's
basically,
like 4 weeks overdue at this point.
Yeah.
We will be back next week though with another MC review because we can never stop. We got Eternals, so that'll probably be a separate video though. It comes out Friday.
Jesus Christ.
Yep. And then a week after that, Hawkeye starts, and then I'll be doing the MC reviews.
Yeah, you'll be on your own.
That's fine. I can handle on my own. Speaking though, we do have some trailers we got to talk about. We're behind on our trailers too. in terms of movie trailers.
Multiple?
Oh, we got plenty of trailers.
Well, I know we have like DC trailers to talk about, but that's DC news.
Have you watched the Lightyear trailer people have been freaking out about?
I haven't. I've been meaning to, and I just haven't gotten around to it.
Oh, dude, it looks fantastic. And I thought for a second they were going to show Zurg in the trailer, and they didn't. And I'm glad because I thought
that's smart.
Is
smart. This canon to the show?
I have no clue. They didn't.
Because if it's not, I don't really care as much.
It might be. They didn't show a lot in the trailer. Like, it was kind of a bunch of like just cool shots. Like, oh, here he is, like getting ready to take off and go into space and stuff like that. You know, it kind of looks more grounded. So maybe if it is connected to that, this is how he gets into Star Command. Because
isn't it like an origin?
It seems like he's on Earth and he's like becoming a ranger or whatever he's called, a space ranger. So maybe this is like a before that show, and it's like a tie-in to it.
I'm totally cool with that. How's Chris Evans sound as Buzz Lightyear?
Well, we didn't see him speak. It didn't hear him speak until the very end of the trailer. Yeah, I told you, it's like a bunch of like establishing shots and stuff, just a bunch of cool shots.
Oh, what the hell is everybody freaking out about?
Well, he did say to infinity, but that was it. They cut it off after that. Classic Chris Evans cutting off famous lines. Did it in Avengers Age of Ultron too.
Everybody creaming their pants over a one sentence thing.
Yeah, the famous line.
I'll wait until we get like a real trailer.
That one line, he just sounded like Chris Evans. I don't think he's trying to sound like Tim Allen, in my opinion. And if he is, he's not.
Oh no, I don't think he's not gonna. No, nobody can sound like Tim Allen other than Tim Allen.
Yeah,
and he's not. They're not gonna hire Chris Evans to do a Tim Allen impression. They would just get Tim Allen.
What if he's the best person though? What if he just has the best Tim Allen impression? You never know.
But Tim Allen, just get him.
What if
it's Tim like, okay, we could get Tim Allen, or we could get Chris Evans, who probably costs more, to do a Tim Allen impression.
Just maybe Tim Allen didn't want to.
What the hell's Tim Allen doing? He probably didn't. That's why they got Chris Evans. He was probably
maybe he's like, I'm not working with Disney ever again unless it's Santa Claus 4. It's the only reason
Disney finally found out he went to prison, and they're like, nope.
It's like, that was like 20 years ago, right?
I was like 28 when that happened.
And then we have another non-DC trailer, though. I know you watched this one, the Uncharted trailer. How'd you feel about that?
Mm-hmm. Everybody's been pooping on this trailer for a while now. And I think that if this wasn't called Uncharted and it had anything to do with Uncharted, I think people look at that and go, all right, cool. It looks like a standard action-adventure movie. But I feel like since it's an Uncharted thing, everyone's like, no, this ain't Uncharted. And since it is an Uncharted thing, it doesn't look like Uncharted at all.
It does, though, because like they have scenes right from the game in it. So
sure, but that doesn't mean it captures the tone and the feeling of Uncharted just because they stole a scene from one of the games. I think that's the same. I kind of have an issue with that, though. That's kind of the same issue I had with the most recent movie, where it's like in that movie they were using fatalities from the game, and it's like, but I want to see new stuff.
Yeah, I've already seen
stuff I've seen already. Like.
My biggest issue is I don't feel that Tom Holland is Nathan Drake. He's not. He's not. I think Mark Wahlberg would have been a much better choice, honestly.
He was going to be a long time ago. This movie's been in production forever. But then when they finally were like, all right, let's start filming, he was way too old. So like, let's make him Sully, and he does not feel like Sully at all.
Make him an older Nathan Drake. It'd be fine.
But that's the thing. They want to have a franchise. They want to start young. They want to have Tom Holland be this character for 10 years.
Whatever. Like, I don't know. It didn't impress me as much as some people, I guess. But
I don't know. I mean, it looks like a serviceable trailer. I like the end. The end of it made me laugh when that Irish dude comes up and Tom Holland's like, what? And then like they got a fight. That was funny. But it looks like a standard trailer.
I'm curious to see how Tom Holland does with like fights when he's not Spider-Man. He's just like a dude. I've never seen him fight in a movie that's not Spider-Man. So
I don't know.
We will see.
It'll probably just be Spider-Man though.
Because Nathan Drake's more of a brute, isn't he? He was just kind of like a
Nathan
whale.
Drake, he's not like a skilled fighter. He gets beat up more than he actually fights people. He just punches people and hopes they fall. Like,
yeah, so he's a brute.
He's not like a trained guy. So hopefully they're not going to do that in the movie. He's going to be like a trained martial artist in the movie.
What if they casted Tom Cruise? That would have been amazing.
As Nathan Drake?
He could do it.
No, not now. Maybe like 20, 25 years ago, maybe. Like Jerry Maguire, Tom Cruise, sure. Not now. In his
Nicolas Cage. You said start casting Nicolas Cage and more stuff.
Nicolas Cage would have been a solid Sully. He wouldn't have been great, but I think he would have done a decent job.
He would have been way over the top with it. That's the issue.
That's fine. At least he'd be having fun in it. Mark Wahlberg looks like he doesn't want to be there.
He probably doesn't. He's like, look, I signed on to this a long time ago, and now I don't want to do this. Like, I've done Transformers. I'm bigger than this.
He shouldn't be saying, "Oh, I've done Transformers. I'm better than this fucking movie."
Yeah, that's what he's thinking.
Transformers, Mark Wahlberg.
All right, you ready to get into the movie news, though, Wade? After movie trailers, I feel like we got to just get this out of the way. And maybe you know more of this than I do because I haven't been reading into it so much. But the Alec Baldwin stuff. Apparently,
oh yeah,
he shot a cinematographer or something on his film Rust.
Well, he shot the director. He killed, I think, the director and then injured a cinematographer.
Mm-hmm. So, like, my whole thing is like, why is there a loaded gun on set? That's
the thing. Everyone's blaming him. It's not his fault. It's not his fault at all. It's when an actor shows up to be in a movie, it's not their responsibility to make sure that the guns are props. Like, and I understand like some sets do have, real guns. I don't understand why they do that. They shouldn't do that for this very reason. But sometimes they do that. But still, it's not his responsibility. He was handed a gun and told that there was nothing in it, and then fired it and something was in it. That's not his fault.
Was it like they were shooting like something like that's, and you're like, they were like pointing at the camera and take your shot or whatever?
No, apparently it's come out that they were like rehearsing a scene. They were like they were just about to shoot, and then they were just kind of like going over it. And that's why he was like pointing it at somebody, and then it went off.
It's sad. It happens though. It happens.
It happened with Bruce Lee's kid. 20 years ago, and you would think that people would be a little smarter about it because of that, but
didn't it happen with that guy in The Crow or whatever?
That's him. That's who I just mentioned.
Oh, that's who it is? Oh, I didn't know that was him.
Yeah, Brandon Lee.
Oh, yeah. It's sad. It happens though. Mistakes happen. People are calling for him to be arrested.
It's a pretty big mistake though. It's not his fault. He'll take the blame for it because he's the only one that people know. Like saying such and such prop master on this indie movie shot someone, that's not gonna get you headlines or clicks. Saying Alec Baldwin killed and murdered somebody on set, that's news because people know Alec Baldwin, so he's gonna take the blame for it, but it's not his fault.
I fully just put the blame on whoever brought a real gun on set. I don't know why you need a real gun on set. You have CG to put in bullets and
not even that. You can get an airsoft gun. I have an airsoft gun that like it looks and feels like a real gun, but there's no like possible way you can put a real bullet into it. So it's like because I understand sometimes they want a gun that like looks real and has like weight to it, but it's like you can get one for like $50 that isn't an actual gun.
I don't know. I was just thinking maybe they wanted to look like they actually shot a gun. And I'm like, you have CG for that.
You can do that. There's a thing called blanks, and yeah, there is CG, and like you can do that in After Effects. I was doing stuff like that in After Effects when I was like 11. Like it's not hard.
It wasn't movie quality, but he was still doing it.
No, but it was better than murdering someone. All right,
it's very true, very true. But yeah, I figured we just had to get that out of the way, mention it.
That's
out there.
Talking about.
Yeah, that's big movie news. We got some Will Smith news. At least I do. I don't know if you got some Will Smith.
Do we?
He's come out and said what his most hated film is. Can you guess what it is?
Norbit. Wait, no, that's not Will Smith. That's Eddie Murphy.
I've never seen him
immediately. I don't know why that immediately flashed into my head when you said Will Smith.
I've never seen Wade make a mistake like that. He's cracking.
I don't know. I'm getting old.
All right, one more guess. What's your guess?
Let's see.
It's not an Eddie Murphy film. I can tell you that.
I'm trying to go through Eddie. Is it like a recent movie?
Not really. Not really.
So it's an older one.
It's not my guess of what it would have been. I thought it would have been After Earth, but it's not. So,
no, of course not. That whole movie was his idea. I don't know.
It's Wild Wild West. That's his most hated.
Oh, film. That makes sense. That makes a lot of sense.
I still figured it would have been like iRobot or like After Earth or something.
iRobot's not as bad as Wild Wild West. Wild Wild West is pretty bad.
But yeah, that's his. He literally said, "I agree. I hate Wild Wild West." Like that was the quote that he said.
Yeah, he's like George Clooney when it comes to that movie. He's like, "Look, I'm sorry. Like I thought this was a good idea and it wasn't."
So that could have been in The Matrix, but whatever.
Dude, he turned down so many roles. He was Tarantino wanted him as Django, and he was like, "Nah." I was like, "What?"
I don't think Django would have been as good with Will Smith in it, honestly. I think
it wouldn't have. I'm glad he got Jamie Foxx, but the part was written for Will Smith, and he turned it down for some stupid. I think to do After Earth.
Was it After Earth?
I think so. I think they came out around the same time.
That's a terrible choice. I don't know.
Because he was like, "Oh, I want to make a movie with my son, and that's more important to me than being in a fucking Tarantino movie."
The only good thing
that everyone is gonna watch.
I was gonna say the only good thing your son's ever been in is Karate Kid, and you had nothing to do with it. Really.
That movie, he produced it.
Yeah, I was gonna say besides that,
but that movie's actually like pretty good.
It's a solid.
Nobody ever talks about it, but it's pretty good.
It's solid. They never made a sequel to that, did they?
No,
I didn't think so. I thought they were gonna make another franchise out of it, but they never did. So.
I think they were planning on it, but I don't think it like did super well at the box office.
Probably because everybody was like, "Why are we remaking Karate Kid?"
Yeah, but it was okay. All right, it was better than the fucking original.
Speaking of actors apologizing, though, we also got one other actor apologizing, and it's Jerry Seinfeld. Can you imagine?
What is he apologizing for?
Can you imagine what movie he's apologizing for?
B movie?
Yeah,
what is he apologizing for?
He apologized for the romantic undertone of the B movie. That's what he said.
I mean, that is kind of his fault because he was very involved with that movie. But who gives a shit? It's an animated movie that
I guess people have been
people only remember because it's a meme.
I was gonna say, if anything, you should be like praising it. Be like, look, people know what the B movie is. There's a lot of movies people have no idea.
Jerry Seinfeld has made bank off of that movie because of the internet.
Yeah.
You should be like, look, yeah, it's weird, but I'm a billionaire, bitch. Like,
I don't know why he came. I don't know why he came out and apologized. I guess people have been like bashing him for it. Be like, hey, what's wrong with you? Why did you make this movie?
Who's watching B movie in 2021? This 10, 15-year-old movie and going, hey, I'm offended.
That B is hitting on that lady. I don't like it.
I'm offended by this. It's like, fuck you. Watch something else.
Go watch Shrek. That's another memeable
stupid movie about a bee suing the human race. Like, this is a dumb movie.
And then I have one more. I have one more piece of legit news. It's not people apologizing though. It's about Ryan
I think
Gosling.
the last piece of news was pretty legit.
I mean, is it Jerry Seinfeld? He hasn't been relevant in 10, 15 years.
Why do you hate Jews, Devin?
I don't. I love Adam Sandler. Anyways,
is he Jewish?
I think he is.
Oh no, he is. He made 8 Crazy Nights. I totally forgot about that.
Anyways, I got some Ryan Gosling news. I know you love your boy Ryan Gosling. Have you heard about this?
Is this the Wolfman?
No, this has nothing to do with that. You might be mad that he took this.
What is it?
He is going to star Ken alongside Margot Robbie in a Barbie movie.
Yeah, I saw this. This is dumb. I don't know what this movie is. Like, what is this?
I think it's just an animated or whatever animated movie. I think so. I don't think he's, or is it live action?
I thought it was live action.
It might be.
Is it not?
I thought it was animated, but I haven't looked
I don't
too
think
far
anybody
into
wants this.
it. Ryan
I
Gosling's
think
cool.
this is one of those situations where they're just like, "Hey, we're making this thing," and everyone's like, "No,
don't do that.
Don't
do that." But I know you're going to be there day one because of Ryan Gosling. So
I probably will because Margot Robbie and Ryan Gosling are in it. So
if it's animated, does that turn you off of it, or you're like, no, I want it to be animated?
I mean, if it's animated, it makes way more sense.
I thought it was, but maybe it's not. Maybe it is live action. If it's live action, then it's just like every romantic movie ever. Oh, it's just Barbie.
Unless they like play into the fact that like, hey, they're dolls. Like, are they gonna be dolls in the movie?
Oh, like they're gonna like move like dolls? Like,
yeah. Like I thought that was gonna be like the movie, because otherwise, then it's like it's just a movie.
It's a movie about a girl and a guy.
Yeah, live in a mansion. Why? Who gives a shit? Like the branding of it, it's just a generic romantic comedy at that point. Like I thought they were gonna do like a parody thing.
Maybe
where they were
maybe
like dolls.
That'd be so funny. Now that you say, I didn't even think about that. Like I said, I haven't looked
if they
too far into it.
If they don't do that, somebody needs to get fired.
Probably Ryan Gosling needs to get fired.
No, it's not his fault. I'm talking like from the writer or something needs to just never work again.
The writer? I don't think they have anything to do with that. I think it'd be, well, maybe
with the plot of the movie. Yeah,
the plot, but how people move. Job. That's not his. That's not him.
Well, that's
the director.
Sure, but if he writes in the script, "Hey, move this way because you're a fucking doll," then I'm sure they'll move that way.
Well, that's all my movie news. I have quite a bit of other news. So, what else do we have that you have?
I have some Indy 5 news.
Oh, what happened? Delayed?
Apparently, there was. Well, it did get delayed, but there was some behind the scenes, like set photos, and everyone's assuming that it's going to have time travel in it because the images we saw were of Romans.
What? Why? No.
This is all speculation. This isn't confirmed.
Has anyone ever who's making this movie seen an Indiana Jones film?
I mean, if we're being to be fair, the last one had aliens in it.
I was gonna say besides 4, though, the
movie takes place in the 60s, and the 60s was kind of the era of time travel stuff, so it would fit with the era that it's being set in.
Are we sure it's not like just a play with Romans?
I don't. Well, no, because they're on like an actual like outdoors like thing.
No.
But I don't think it's time travel. I think it's like there's going to be some like flashback where they got to go find this thing, and somebody's like saying like, "Oh, the ancient Romans found this thing," blah 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 blah, and they're just shooting that scene. I don't know. I don't think it's time travel. That's such a weird conclusion to jump to.
It's just people LARPing. That's what it is.
Do people LARP in the 60s?
I don't know, but they do it now, so why wouldn't they do it in the 60s?
They do it now. The 60s was a different time, right?
In the 60s, they're just wizards and stuff. I don't know what.
Yeah.
Like, what do they like flash back to in the 60s? Because like we flash back to like the 60s and 70s.
They flash back to ancient Rome. I don't know.
I guess. See, that's why. So they're LARPing. We confirmed. We figured it out.
Why would they flash back to LARPing though? That doesn't make any fucking sense.
They're not flashing back. They are just LARPing in the 60s.
At a LARP event?
Yeah.
I mean, all of this is possible, and all of this sounds plausible because the last movie had fucking aliens in it. So, I mean, we don't know, but I don't think it's time travel, and I hope it's not time travel because I fucking hate time travel.
Yeah, I don't understand why it would be. That would make no sense in the Indiana Jones franchise to me. At least, like, 4 was still grounded until the Indiana Jones.
It wouldn't be that absurd. There's been a lot of absurd shit in the Indiana Jones movies, but I just don't want time travel.
But, like, that happens at the end. Like, I feel like this is something that happens in the middle of the movie. Like, usually the absurd thing happens at the very end.
That's fair.
Like, oh, yeah, that guy melts.
I feel like because if they do this would be like the plot.
Yeah, and that's the issue I'm having. Like, usually you're like, okay, this is, like, all realistic, and then the end, it's like, oh, that's where it's, like, goes bananas or something.
Yeah, that's a good point.
So, I don't know.
I don't want it either way. I don't want this movie.
You don't want this movie at all? It could be good.
No, I don't need it.
It could be
It
good.
could, but it could also be dog shit, and it will probably be most likely dog shit.
It's Lucasfilm we're talking about. They've become the new Sony. So
they really have, and it's really sad.
I mean, like I said, Mandalorian was all right. We got that.
Yeah, that's debatable.
That's about it.
That's one thing.
We got some Star Wars news later, so I'll
shit. Yeah, we do. I forgot to write it, but now that you say that, I know what you're talking
about. But what other news we got?
I got some Spawn reboot news.
Oh, is it finally happening?
Allegedly. I don't think it will, but they
happening for the past 15 years.
Pretty much, yeah. They said that they won't rehash the same origin story, and they want it to be relevant for today and have social content in it.
Does that work in Spawn? I guess maybe. Not really.
That's not really what Spawn was, and also every story outside of Spawn's origin is dog shit. So don't do that.
It's like, oh yeah, this is Spawn, but he's been doing it for 15 years. It's like, well,
I don't want that.
I don't want old man Spawn.
Yeah, that's weird. I want to see his origin done right. God damn it.
Yeah, the only time we've ever got his origin is the crappy 90s movie.
I mean, they showed it a little bit in the show, but
I haven't seen the show, so I couldn't say.
And also, like, they're gonna make it woke for today, and it's gonna be so dated in like 15 years.
Oh yeah,
like just make a movie. Like, I understand Spawn's black, but like you don't have to talk about it. Just make him black, and then have him do action stuff. Like, I don't want to see Spawn like going to someone and be like, "Hey man, like racism sucks," and then like sits down with someone and has like a 15-minute conversation about discrimination. I don't want to see that.
But like, is he even black? Because he's like a demon after like his origin.
Well, once he dies, he's like a hellspawn. But before that, like, he's a black guy.
So like, it wouldn't be that much of him being actually black. I mean, the character, like the person playing,
they'll find a way. They'll find some kind of way to show that fucker's face as much as possible. Because I think it's still Jamie Foxx. I don't know. He hasn't said anything about it.
Well, he's been
but if
busy
doing
doing
Jamie Foxx, they're not going to keep him covered for the whole movie. Like, he's going to show his face. He's going to be in Jamie Foxx form through most.
I want the suit to look as good as it did in the 90s. That's all I want.
That suit was really good. It won't look like that.
I don't know if it'll ever live up to that because that's like perfection. So they could do the cape better at least. Cape was booty.
Well, yeah, the cape they can do, but
because they tried to CG it like dummies.
He'll be running around in a ping pong suit.
In a ping pong suit?
Yeah, it'll be all CG.
It'll look like Deadpool, but bad.
I mean, he should look like Deadpool. I want it to look like Deadpool, but it won't.
I mean, like, I'll believe this movie's coming out when I see it, only because this is like Black Adam for me. Like, I just don't believe that it's happening.
I don't believe it's happening either.
Like, if we keep talking about it, then it's just like, oh yeah, I guess it got delayed another year. It's like, oh well, surprise, surprise, because they're not freaking doing it. Just talking about it.
I think this will be one of those things that like 10 years from now we'll still be talking about. Like, hey, we're working on it.
Jamie Foxx is old, so we're gonna recast.
Jamie Foxx is in his 60s, but he's still attached. It's like, what?
He's still attached. It's gonna be like Uncharted, like how Mark Wahlberg's been attached to it for so long.
Jamie Foxx will play Cogliostro, and they'll get a younger guy. That would be hilarious, actually. I'd be totally into
that. What other news we got?
We have news that probably only I care about, since I'm the only one who knows what the hell this is. We got a trailer for the third Psych movie.
Oh, yeah, this is the only you care about Psych.
Psych is awesome. I love Psych.
Does it look good? Does it look like it lives up to the other two?
I mean, the trailer looks dumb and stupid, but that's what the entire show is. So it looks like it's a Psych thing.
Does it look entertaining? That's the question.
Yeah, definitely.
All right, well, there you go. That means you should watch it.
I mean, these movies, the past two movies have just been excuses for the cast to just get together and be dumb. Like, they're not like the most intricate movies in the world. They're kind of just longer episodes of the show. but it's fun.
You're telling me there's not a deep story to Psych?
No, there's not. I mean, the show doesn't, and they know that. Like right after like the pilot episode, they kind of just were like, "Oh yeah, this premise is kind of stupid," and they just leaned into it.
I mean, fair enough. Fair enough.
It's like it's so good.
I still haven't seen a single episode of the show.
You should watch it. I think you should. I think you would like it.
I'm sure I would, but you know how you are, how I am when you tell me to watch something. I'll take 20 years to watch it.
I mean, the show's been off the air for like almost a decade now.
I know. It takes me a long time. I still haven't watched Lord of the Rings, and you keep telling me to watch it, and I still haven't.
Fucker. You're gonna have to watch it before the series comes out.
I mean, do I need to watch the series? That's the question.
It's good.
Well, Lord of the Rings is good apparently, but I still haven't seen that. So.
But you want to be behind on the series?
I don't know. Maybe that's my Star Wars. I just don't get it. No, I'll eventually watch it. Eventually, I'll get there.
The Clockwork Orange, your eyes open. Watch the fucking trilogy.
Be like, I'm tying you to this chair, and you're watching this movie.
You're not moving.
Not moving.
Put a catheter in.
You're doing that to me?
I'm not doing that. I'm gonna pay someone to do that.
I don't
want to get anywhere near there.
Why can't I just piss my pants? Like, why do I need a catheter?
Because I'm in the room with you, Devin, and I can
wear a diaper.
I'd still smell it.
What if I have to take a number 2?
And also, you're gonna sit in that diaper for 9 hours? That's disgusting.
You gotta do what you gotta do. I'm watching them all at once.
Yes.
Oh my gosh. Can't you
one
split
story
it up over 2 days?
Or over 3 movies. No. I'm watching it one day. It's possible because I've done it.
I'm sure it is possible, but other people didn't. Like when they were coming out, they didn't get that luxury. So why can't I split it up?
You don't have that luxury. You can watch them all now at once.
I do have that luxury. That's what it is. I have the luxury. People when it came out didn't.
Well, you're not fucking watching it that way.
Fine, Wade. I'll do what I want. You can't force me to do nothing. Unless you tie me to a chair.
If I want to go to jail, like anybody can do anything.
Like, how would I even tell that to the police? Like, yeah, he made me watch this movie. They'd be like, okay.
He made me watch Lord of the Rings.
It's like, wait, you haven't seen Lord of the Rings? I shall arrest you for that.
You're under arrest. You haven't seen Lord of the Rings?
It's like, whoa. The tables have turned. What are we talking about? He strapped me to a chair and kidnapped me and forced me to watch
Maybe if you saw the fucking movies beforehand, he wouldn't have tied you to a chair.
You're like 24. How had you not seen Lord of the Rings? Like, what's wrong with you?
I'd watch Mandalorian 8 times.
No, I've only seen the Mandalorian once. Once or twice. Because I watched it with my dad. So twice through. That's it.
So twice, not once.
Twice, yes. I thought it was once, and I forgot I rewatched it with
Liar.
My pops. So. What other news we got?
That's all the movie news.
That's all the movie news? Oh, let's get into some... Speaking of the Mandalorian, let's get into some Star
I have some
Wars.
TV news.
Oh, damn it. Every time I have Star Wars news, you're like, I got TV news. I never segue.
That is very interesting that every time we have Star Wars news, there's a bit of TV news. That is interesting. That's like
I never
the only
get
time
my
we ever have
segue. What's your TV?
I'll never let you have one.
You'll make up news every time we have Star Wars news. I'll be like I saw
Keanu
that
Reeves joins the SpongeBob show.
Like, yeah, who cares? Wait.
Speaking of Keanu Reeves, Mel Gibson joins the John Wick prequel series.
Oh, that's interesting.
Everybody's upset.
What? Why are people upset? I like Mel Gibson.
Because Mel Gibson, he had a racist tirade 20 years ago, and people are still dwelling on that. Like you said that, you're just like, hey, people are racist. What are you gonna do?
What are you gonna do? Like, what are you gonna do? I don't know. Tell them to not be racist. Like,
but he's also been working for the last 5-6 years, and no one's had a problem with it.
I guess. Maybe he's playing the same character he did when he was playing Santa Claus.
I hope Fat Man is connected to the John Wick movies, because Fat Man was great. If you haven't seen it, you need to watch it.
I haven't. It's coming up. The holidays are coming
perfectly.
Up. So.
Fuck. We're gonna make a video about Fat Man.
One of our Christmas
in the
movies.
John Wick universe. Hell yeah.
I mean, fair enough. I haven't seen it, so fair enough.
Even if it's not canon, I'm going to consider it canon because it fits perfectly.
Yes, Fat Man and John Wick, they're in the same.
Hell yeah, I want to see Santa Claus versus John Wick. Screw all this multiverse stuff that all these franchises are doing. Santa versus John Wick. That's the thing I'm excited about.
Wade will hunt down whoever owns the John Wick franchise. Be like, look, this is a stupid idea, but you need to do it because I want it to happen.
If this doesn't happen, I'm gonna murder everyone.
Nobody clip that because that could be a bad clip.
I don't care. I say a lot of stuff so you can clip out and sounds bad.
Fair enough, but you can edit your own bad stuff out. If I say something bad, you probably leave it in. You don't edit it out. That's
of course. I make you look terrible.
Yeah, you do. I know you did like some Zoom stuff on me, like zoom on my face and be like, "Look, he's a racist." I've seen it.
I zoom in, and then I have an arrow, and it says "racist." And you just say it over and over again.
You clip me saying that I'm a racist, and then you just have an arrow just pointing at me.
Yeah, like right now, you said the words "I'm a racist."
I'm sure it'll be edited into this video.
You goddamn right, it will.
Anyways, do we still have more TV news, or can I segue?
No, that's it.
All right, segueing. Star
Segue
Wars.
Doesn't work anymore.
I know. It's not as dramatic anymore.
Say something Star Wars related, and then segue into it.
Yoda is short. Anyway, Star Wars.
He's very short. There you go.
We have... I don't know what news you're specifically talking about. I think it's my first one. So I'll mention that first. But I have quite a bit of Star Wars news. But Hayden Christensen.
Yes.
Is this it? Okay. Hayden Christensen is confirmed to be in the Ahsoka show. Mm-hmm. So we will actually get to see a live action version, maybe.
Is he going to be Anakin, or is he going to be Darth Vader?
I'm guessing since they said this show takes place after Episode 6, he will be Force Ghost.
It could be flashbacks.
Could be flashbacks. Could be Force Ghost.
Oh, that's right. He will be a Force Ghost. So they're going to make... I hope they reference Return of the Jedi, and he just shows up, and he does a little dumb nod at the end of Return of the Jedi. I hope that's the first time I see him.
What makes this worse, though, is that means that you could have had him in Episode 9 as a Force Ghost, but you just chose not to. And that's that's terrible. Like, that is the most perfect way to make him a part of this franchise again, and you didn't do it.
We gotta just use his voice.
Yeah, can you use his voice? And it's just like, whatever.
Because that was probably a last minute idea, and they're like, "Fuck! Well, we can't bring everyone in. We can't bring in all these people in to shoot them. Let's just have them. Let's send mics to their house and just have them record one line."
You didn't need to. I think it would have made way more sense to him show up to Ben in Episode 9 and just be like, "Hey, quit doing this. Like, I turned good.
Yeah,
like,
we're great.
Quit being evil." Instead of Han. I mean, not that I didn't want to see Harrison Ford more, but whatever.
It would have made more sense character-wise if Anakin showed up, because then it would be like Kylo would be like, "Oh shit, this was all bullshit," and it would be he would turn good. He'd be like, "This whole thing is a lie."
Yeah, it'd make more sense in my brain if that's how it went down, but whatever. Speaking of Hayden Christensen, though, the Kenobi show, we got some rumored stuff, and I'm only putting this in here just to piss you off, just letting you know. It's rumored that Obi-Wan will actually fight Darth Vader in the Kenobi show.
No.
How does that make you feel, Wade?
No. Why? Why do we need this?
Because, Mustafar wasn't enough. We gotta...
But we know who's going to win the fight.
Neither of them, because they both
Obi-Wan.
Well, they both live afterwards to meet in Episode 4.
But they're not going to have Darth Vader beat Obi-Wan in an Obi-Wan show. So even if he doesn't kill him, he's still going to win.
Fair. Also, how long after Episode 3 does this take place? Because in Episode 4, it seems like Vader hasn't been around Obi-Wan in a long time.
Yeah, it seems like they've been estranged for quite a while.
Yeah, so does this take place right after Episode 3 or something?
I don't know. I don't think they give a shit. I think they're just also, hey, people want to see Obi-Wan and Darth Vader again.
If he knew Obi-Wan was still alive after Episode 3, why wouldn't he just go hunt him down?
He's too busy murdering sand kids.
I guess.
All right.
That's fair. Last piece.
Maybe he
Kenobi
doesn't.
stuff.
Maybe it's like that scene in Justice League where the Flash is running real fast and Superman like sees him. Maybe they're just like they're flying in space. Then like Darth Vader just looks out of his TIE fighter and he sees Obi-Wan. He's like, oh shit, he's alive.
He sees an old man. He's like,
around.
he looks familiar.
Is that Obi-Wan?
Yeah, I don't know how I'm liking that. I mean, I knew they were gonna have him fight somebody. Like, you can't just do a Kenobi show.
Just make a villain. Just have a villain. Like, that's fine. That's what shows do.
You could have
Darth Vader.
Could have had an Inquisitor. They're around.
Could just make up a new villain. Why is Disney so afraid of just making new characters?
I don't know. Plus, I don't think they'll ever go into this in the show, but it's always been like assumed to me that like you shouldn't bring out your lightsaber anymore because Jedi are like they're bad. People think that they're evil. Yeah. So like I doubt they'll touch on that in the show, but maybe they will.
No, they probably won't. And then people will mention that and be like, why didn't they touch on that? And then they'll make like 10 comics actually talking about that and being like, here's the thing.
It's like, oh yeah,
that's how Star Wars works now.
They released a bulletin on the newspaper and they were like, yeah, Jedi are good.
Do they have newspaper in the Star Wars world?
It's like a hologram, you know? They like just pull it up on their watch and be like, oh yeah, that's the news.
I want to see that. That's more exciting than this fucking news.
Kenobi is rumored to come out in May of next year, so we may see it.
I can't wait to not watch it, but then I have everyone tell me that I should watch it because it's the greatest goddamn thing ever.
I feel like you should at least watch the trailer just so we can have your reaction.
I watched the trailer. I watch all the fucking trailers because I ain't watching this show.
Wait till watch the first trailer and be like, I know exactly what's going to happen in the show.
You probably could by the trailer be like, all right, I know what's going to happen. I know what's going to happen at the end of the show already. Obi-Wan's going to survive.
Yeah, that's true. He's not going to die.
So he can be in the original trilogy. Like,
where did they do kill him? And then they're at the end credits is like, this was an alternate universe. And
then they're like, and then Kevin Feige walks out and he goes, multiverse, bitches.
People are like, wait, who's this guy? He's not
what?
It's not Marvel. What is this?
People know Kevin Feige. They're not gonna go, who?
My dad wouldn't. If I showed my dad a picture of Kevin Feige, he'd be like, who's that? I don't know who that is.
He's this bald guy. Why are you showing me them?
Well, he'd probably be wearing a hat, so you wouldn't know he's bald.
Why is he wearing a hat? Is he bald?
That's anytime anyone wears a hat.
That's the first thing your dad says.
It's like, oh, he's bald. It's like, how did you
guess that? Why does that matter? Also,
I'm old. I know how it works. Right?
I know their secret. All right.
We got some Mando season 3 news. I think this was like assumed, but like it's been confirmed. Carl Weathers is set to return in Mando season 3.
Cool. I kind of figured that.
I think everybody
in the
did.
Fucking show.
I was gonna say I figured everybody did, but in case anybody didn't know,
I'm so glad Carl Weathers isn't dead because I love Carl Weathers.
What a line, Wade 2021. I'm so glad Carl Weathers.
Hey, Carl Weathers is great. I love Carl Weathers.
I mean, yeah, he's
still
awesome.
alive and kicking. He's having the time of his life. He was the best part of the Mandalorian.
He is. He's a cool dude. I don't know how much of a role
it pisses me off that everyone else got all these spinoff shows. No Carl Weathers spinoff show. Disney's racist, all right?
Maybe Star Wars is racist.
I want a Carl Weathers spinoff show. I will watch that. If they announce that, I'll watch it. So I'll put
That's
that on
the only thing Star Wars related. You're like, I will watch that
because I want it. Because Carl Weathers is fucking hilarious.
There's nothing else. Nothing else they could announce and be like, I might watch that.
No.
All right. Fair enough. Last piece of Star Wars news. I'm gonna butcher her name. I'm pretty sure I can pronounce it correctly, but Chloe Zhao is the person who's directing Eternals.
It's a pretty easy name.
Did I get it right? Okay, cool.
Mm-hmm.
She wants to tackle a Star Wars movie based on her new. She was talking about press or something for Eternals, and she mentioned it. Would you want to see that?
I want to tackle a Star Wars movie too. That doesn't mean I'm going to get it. Slow your fucking roll, Chloe.
Well, I mean, at least she has.
I don't know because I haven't seen Eternals yet, and I haven't seen any of her other work. So I don't know. I don't know if she's a good director or not. Like, I'm not just gonna yeah, sure, women. Like, I don't know if she's a good director. Like,
well,
she could suck.
Speaking of Eternals, we can just segue into some Marvel news, unless you have some Star Wars news that you want to talk about.
Why would I ever have Star Wars news? And if I did, I would never talk about it.
Just to try to piss me off or something? I don't know. Just try to get around.
That would never happen. I would piss myself off.
Eternals is getting review bombed on IMDb. Have you heard about this?
Is it getting review bombed, or are people just not crazy about it? Because there's a difference.
Rotten Tomatoes, it's not getting review bombed, so that's an actual thing. But IMDb has where people can actually go review it. Like Rotten Tomatoes right now, a random Joe Schmo can't go review it on there. It's only critics. IMDb though, anybody can go review.
Why is it getting review bombed on IMDb?
Because of LGBTQ things in the movie. Apparently.
Oh, fuck off! We all knew that was going to be in there.
I know, but people were upset about it. I'm like, who cares? Like, who cares at this point?
I don't know. It's still an issue.
Apparently,
I miss the days when we could just watch a movie and people weren't like, I'm offended. Just watch a movie. Like, it's entertainment.
Who cares if a man kisses a man or a woman kisses who cares? Like, I don't care. I'm not gonna look at that. I'm not gonna look at that and go, ew. Like, I don't care. It's just whatever. But
it shouldn't matter. It's a fucking movie.
It may not be a good movie though, because Rotten Tomatoes is at like a 60% as far as I'm aware.
See, everyone's saying that as if that's like, oh my god, this is the end of the MCU. Holy shit, this is going to be the worst thing ever. None of us have seen the movie yet. I'm sure the fans are going to come out of this and be like, fucking A, fuck Rotten Tomatoes. This movie's awesome. Suck a dick. And then they're going to bring up the score to like 80% on Rotten Tomatoes. Like, I'm sure it'll be fine.
I was gonna say I don't trust Rotten Tomatoes mainly because the highest rated MCU movie on there is Black Panther, and I'm like, that is definitely not my favorite MCU movie.
Okay.
And like Ant-Man and the Wasp is rated higher than like Infinity War. I'm like, what are you?
Okay.
Yeah. Like, so I wouldn't trust reviews as much as people do. I'm going into this completely open-minded because the trailers look awesome. I don't know.
The only opinion about movies that you should care about is your own.
No, I care about yours just so I can piss you off later on.
You should not care about mine at all.
No,
I don't know what the hell I'm talking about half the time.
No, I care about yours so I can bring it up later and be like, hey, remember that movie that you hated that you didn't want to hate?
Remember when you gave Justice League a positive review?
Yes. I will always bring that back up.
That'll haunt me forever.
It's on the internet. So
it is, and I can delete it, but I just won't.
You can delete it, but it's
I'm not a bastard.
It's also on your new Justice League review. So
it is, yeah. And I could have deleted it out of the thing, but I didn't.
No, you held up to your word.
Yeah, I don't give a shit. I have dumb opinions about stuff all the time.
I mean, it's fair. Like, there's dumb stuff I like that you don't like, so it's fair. Fair assessment. Marvel news, though. Have you heard about Bill Murray? You heard about this man named Bill Murray?
Bill Murray is like one of my favorite people ever. He just shows up and he's like, "Hey, I'm doing this movie."
Did you hear he got casted in a Marvel movie? Have you heard about that?
Yeah.
Do you know which one it is?
Ant-Man and Wasp.
Ant-Man Ooga Balugala. Apparently.
Yeah, what the fuck is up with that logo? What is that?
I don't know. Apparently, people are saying that, like, oh, it's actually just the chairs. Like, that's not what the actual logo is going to look like.
I'm sure that's not the logo, but, like, why?
I don't know. Maybe they were thinking, like, the title wouldn't be revealed at this point, so they made a logo that people couldn't read. I don't know.
Okay. That's weird.
Well, people were thinking that Bill Murray initially, when they said he was casted, he was going to be in the Guardians of the Galaxy holiday special, and he was going to play Santa.
That would have been. Oh my god, that would have been perfect.
But apparently that's not happening. So I don't know who he's.
Bullshit. Playing. Somebody fucked up.
Because Santa is technically a Marvel character.
He's a mutant in the comics.
Yeah, he's a mutant. So they could have done
somebody
that,
fucked up. The Guardian special is going to suck now.
Hey, they can still have Santa in there, but it's just not going to be Bill Murray.
It's not Bill Murray, so I don't care.
They get George Clooney.
Yo, that would be fucking really cool, actually. George Clooney's the type of Santa that, like, you'd want to hang out with.
Get George Clooney, or you can get Mel Gibson. You can get either or.
No, he's too violent, and he'd show up with like machine guns. Be like, "You want some fucking Christmas presents?
Take the goddamn Christmas present.
Take the goddamn coal." He literally in that movie told a kid, like, "If you ever fuck with me again, I will murder you." Like, he says that. He says that.
That's the Santa I want right there.
That movie's incredible. I fucking love that movie so much.
That's my Santa. Speaking of George Clooney, though, we got some George Clooney Marvel news. Did you hear about this? Yeah, we do. He's not casted as anything. Sorry to disappoint.
He would make an amazing Uncle Ben.
He was not casted as Uncle Ben. I mean, maybe he was, but I don't know.
One scene in like a flashback. Why the fuck not?
He is set to direct an episode of Moon Knight, though, so that's interesting.
Oh, really? That's interesting. George Clooney is a solid director. He's
also people were like, "Oh yeah, they're getting Oscar Isaac and George Clooney back together." I'm like, "Is that a big deal? I didn't know that was a big deal."
Oscar Isaac was in a movie that George Clooney directed.
Oh, that makes sense.
Suburbicon.
I don't know how many episodes he's directing. He might only be doing one episode, but
that's fine. He'll probably be in that episode because he's a tendency to put himself in all his stuff that he directs. So
George Clooney in the MCU?
Question mark? He'll be Batman.
He'll just be George Clooney, probably.
He'll be George Clooney. I'd be totally fine with that. He shows up. He's like, "Hey, Moon Knight, I'm George Clooney."
And Moon Knight just like doesn't.
It's like, who?
Like, get out of here, white boy. I don't know you. Get out of here.
Oh no, you white boy.
Anyways, we can jump back into Guardians 3. This was big news. It's a little old at this point, but we got Adam Warlock casting. I know you heard about this. What's his last name? Poulter? Is it Will Poulter?
Poulter. Yes.
I know everybody was freaking out, being like, he was a terrible casting. And then like a picture came out of him.
Yeah, because you look at that guy and you go, no, that's not him.
That's not.
And then, there's like some pictures have come out where he's like gotten jacked, and everyone's like, "Oh, maybe."
He's gotten jacked, and he's got the fancy hair and stuff, and people are like,
"Oh, okay, maybe this can work."
I see it now. I see it. So that'll be interesting. I think we'll see how that plays out.
I mean, he's a good actor. He just looks weird.
Yeah, not now though. Now he looks like a god. So
sure, it's like the Marvel diet.
That's what happens, dude. I don't know what they like. Put him in a room for like a month and be like, just work out.
Yeah, that's what they do.
Don't eat for a month and just work out.
Well, you gotta eat.
No, they don't eat.
You gotta eat white rice and grilled chicken.
They get like 1 cup of water a day. And they're like, you're gonna be dehydrated. Bullshit. You're gonna look veiny as fuck, like Hugh Jackman.
I don't think they do that anymore because no one in any MCU movie is as veiny as that fucking guy was in all of the X-Men movies. I don't think they do that.
He almost like destroyed his body doing that. Like
he talked about it. He was like, "Yeah, I shouldn't have did that, but I did."
He's insane.
Hey, what?
I got quite a few more Marvel stuff, but you got anything you want to mention? I feel like I've been stealing the show.
We talked about Bill Murray. There's another comedian and this just came out like a few hours ago, who apparently, and this is still kind of in the rumor phase, this isn't 100% official, but apparently MODOK has been cast in the MCU.
Oh. Who? I haven't heard about this. So who casted? Possibly.
James Carey.
Talking about Jim Carrey?
Yes, Devin.
Okay.
Who the fuck else would I be talking about?
I don't know. I was like, does Jim Carrey have a brother named James, maybe?
That's weird. Let's give them both the same name.
That's interesting.
And apparently he's first going to show up in She-Hulk.
I could see it. He's got the wacky facial expression.
I don't want him to be. I'm so like tired of Jim Carrey doing the wacky thing. Like seeing him in Sonic again made me so depressed. I hope he doesn't just do that again.
I don't know. MODOK isn't wacky all the time though. He's
no, but they're gonna make him that way. They're gonna make him a goofy. They're gonna make him the Riddler from Batman Forever because that was also Jim Carrey, and he's just gonna do that.
I don't know. I'm interested in this though. So they've been talking about putting MODOK in the MCU for a while, so we'll see how this goes. Yeah.
This could be
I'm
interesting.
It is.
Well, it could be horrifying because Jim Carrey's fucking head is going to be gigantic.
I'm still saying missed opportunity to not put George Lopez, but whatever.
That it is because that would have been amazing.
Would have been hilarious, but
George Lopez isn't a marketable fucking star.
Not anymore. Maybe back in the early 2000s.
Yeah.
But yeah, also kind of a weird villain to put in She-Hulk. Is that the main villain?
Well, he's going to start off as the guy, whatever the fuck the guy's name is. And then I think he's going to show up in other stuff, but I think they're going to have him start off as just, hey, I'm the guy, I'm the scientist.
Aldridge.
Then maybe something fucks up something in that show.
I don't know what his name is.
Isn't his name like tartar sauce or something?
It's something that's Tarantino, tartar.
Tarantino. Quentin Tarantino shows up in the MCU.
Imagine Quentin Tarantino's MODOK. That'd be
That's
scary.
Just him.
Yeah. Tarantino would never be in an MCU film. Never.
I feel like he would if they asked him. He's a big comic book guy, and he loves the MCU movies. I feel like
he'd force his way into a bigger role, though. Be like, all right, we'll let you cameo. He's like, no. I want to be.
No, they would make him. They would make him as small as possible because they'd be like, look, Quentin, we've seen your movies. Don't say any of the shit you say in your movies. All right.
You're not allowed to speak. You're just in the background. All right.
No in-bombs. All right.
No cuss words whatsoever.
None.
What if they let him direct like a Ghost Rider movie?
That would be. My initial reaction was that's gonna be sick, but he'd probably make it like goofy and weird.
Nah, dude. I think he'd.
It'd be cool. No, he would make a bomb ass Luke Cage movie.
Ooh, what about
because he's a big Luke Cage fan, and he would make like a kind of a blaxploitation like esque Luke Cage movie. That'd be fucking awesome.
No Blade though. No go on Blade.
I don't know how he would do with horror. I think he would just make it like Django, and it's like I like Django, but I don't want Blade to be Django. All right.
Fair enough.
Luke Cage could be like Django.
Yeah, he could. Get Tarantino in the MCU. That's the new hashtag.
He might at some point.
It'd be a better hashtag than that because I'm not good at making hashtags.
Get Tarantino in the MCU.
Yeah, get him in there.
Quentin the MCU.
No, that's stupid. Don't do that.
It's better than your shit. All right.
It is. You're right.
Get Quentin the MCU. There you go.
I don't like it.
Make it trend. All right.
I don't like it. If that trends tomorrow, I'm convinced someone is listening to us while we're recording.
Because there was that news right after we did our Halloween video where we
were joking
about it, and then like immediately after we filmed it, there was news. It was like, oh hey, by the way, Halloween Ends is going to have a 4-year time jump. And I was like, someone's watching our shit.
Wait a minute.
Someone's watching this right now.
I'm gonna throw it out there, but hey, I've seen the Spider-Man 3 second trailer because you got to put it out tomorrow. Because I know you will.
And then it'll drop tomorrow.
It'll drop tomorrow because I said it. If that happens, I know
God, dude.
Somebody's listening.
It's a conspiracy theory.
You work for Marvel or something. You work for Disney.
No, dude. If I worked for Marvel, like Zack Snyder would be making Marvel movies. All right.
Be like, just pick a franchise, Zach.
Just pick a fucking thing, and you can do whatever. Howard the Duck. All right, cool.
Howard the Duck.
Could you imagine a fucking Zack Snyder Howard the Duck movie?
I feel like he picked the most like random franchise.
Well, he said if he was gonna do a Marvel movie, he'd do like Daredevil or like Ghost Rider or something, which I could see. I think a Zack Snyder Ghost Rider movie sounds awesome.
That does sound awesome. I'd be down for that. Let's do that.
That's fucking rad.
Hey, he's been kicked out of DC. Marvel, here's your chance.
Hey, he's got a big fan base. You want that fan base? You want all of that money and shit?
You want DC to look even worse? You can pull a James Gunn, what they did to you.
No, imagine he comes to the MCU and everyone loves him.
That'd be hilarious and it'd be awesome.
Everyone's like, yo, he's fucking really good. We're gonna give him 10 movies.
If this comes out tomorrow that like, hey, he's making a Ghost Rider movie, now I'm gonna be convinced. Because no way anyone's ever said that in the last month. So
no.
Anyways, we have quite a few spin-offs that are in development. I don't know if you've heard about these.
Yeah, we have a lot.
Yeah. So starting off, we have a WandaVision spinoff with
Yeah.
Catherine Hahn's character. Don't do that. That's a
Do
stupid
we need
idea.
this?
No, we don't need this.
What is this going to be about? I thought, wasn't she like lobotomized at the end of the series? Like, what
is it
this?
a prequel? I don't.
Cool. I don't give a shit about this person.
I don't either. We don't need a spinoff show about them.
No. Is it going to be a miniseries? Is it going to be like a multiple season show?
I hope not. I don't want any season series. I don't want anything.
Like,
I hope this is stuff that Marvel is leaking to try to see if people seem like it's a good idea, and they're like, people don't like.
No, but they confirmed it. This wasn't like a rumor thing. Like, it came out and they were like, yeah, we're doing it.
I know, but like, I'm hoping that Marvel's like, hey, this is a bad idea. We shouldn't do this. Like, people aren't keen to this.
I don't know. There's a lot of people who are like digging it.
No, I haven't seen a single person be like, yeah, that's a good idea. Like, no.
Well, I
no
mean, you got the Marvel stands who just like everything. Like they're all for it. They're going home.
I did see one person. They were like, hey, that's what Disney Plus is for, side stories that aren't important. I'm like, no.
It's saying, okay, so a side story that's not important. That sounds interesting. Make that. That sounds exciting.
Right. We also got a Shang-Chi spinoff about the 10 Rings and his sister, I think, or his dad, one of the other.
Yep.
I don't remember which. What?
Is this a show or a movie?
It was a show, I've heard. Shang-Chi spinoff. Yeah.
We had an entire movie talking about these fucking rings. All right. What else are they going to talk about?
I think this would be more interesting than the Catherine Hahn show, only because if it's a show about his dad when he's just conquering the world with the 10 rings, that could be a little interesting.
His dad died. We saw his backstory in the fucking movie.
We did, and I'm not saying
what
we
else
need
are they going to show
that
us?
I wanted.
Like,
but
his character, his story is done.
Fair, it is done, and I don't think we need this. But it sounds more interesting than the Catherine Hahn show. That's all I'm saying.
Sure, I mean, it's cool if it has more kung fu in it. Cool, but like, do another kung fu thing. All right.
I think that's all the stuff spinoffs that I heard about. Unless I'm missing one. Am I missing one?
I didn't hear about any of these.
You didn't hear about any of these?
There might be something that comes out tomorrow that's like, oh hey, by the way, Cosmo the Space Dog is getting a Disney Plus show now.
Well, we already got we got this a while ago, but the Wakanda spinoff show, we had that also.
Which I don't know what the hell that's gonna be.
I don't either. I'm not sure what any of this stuff is gonna be.
No.
Like, I understand like Falcon Winter Soldier and Loki, like those shows make sense to me, but this,
I mean, even Loki to a point is kind of stretching it a little bit. Because like WandaVision has a purpose. Falcon and Winter Soldier has a purpose. Loki's kind of, I'm fine with Loki existing, but it is kind of just like, we just need more stuff.
Loki feels like it actually has a purpose though, in terms of multiverse setup and Kang setup. I feel like it has a little
I guess
bit
that's
of a
fair.
purpose.
But then they'll just give the Agatha show some fucking importance and they'll tie it in.
No,
like, hey, by the way, we're doing this.
Imagine if it's just a musical, like they just didn't care and just made a musical. That'd be funny.
Totally fucking okay with that.
Yeah, that'd be funny to me. I'd be fine.
But commit.
Do it.
Commit. Don't do what WandaVision did at the end of the episode. It just became a Marvel thing. Like, just make it full on musical, no action, just music all the time. Music and dancing and all kinds of shit. Like, fucking A.
We have a couple of new movies that might be in development. These aren't shows; these are movies. Have you heard about any of these?
I think so.
So I think you heard about this one. They're talking about doing a Thunderbolts movie for 2023.
Yeah, which I kind of figured because they've been setting up the Thunderbolts.
Yeah, that didn't really That didn't really surprise me either. But what did surprise me is they are rumored to be in development of a World War Hulk movie with Mark Ruffalo.
Yeah, I heard about this.
Starting in 2022. This makes me wonder, did they get the rights back from Universal, or is this another Universal movie?
They're probably like, hey, Universal, can we please fucking make a Hulk movie? And they're like, sure, give us a couple $100,000.
Also, if it's a World War Hulk movie, how much of the other MCU characters are going to be in this? Because he's going to be
I don't know. I feel like they kind of. How are they going to do a World War Hulk movie? Because World War Hulk isn't that when he comes back from Planet Hulk and he's like pissed?
Yeah, he's pissed because people shot him into space, and he's like, "Why the fuck did you do that?" So he goes on a rampage.
Well, his like wife also dies.
Well, that too,
doesn't she?
because
Like,
that was also
he thinks that like the Avengers are responsible for killing his wife.
They kind of were, because his ship blew up that he got shot into space with.
So it's like, what are they gonna do now?
Like, I don't know.
He can't go back into space.
I mean, they could do the story, just something else has to piss them off. I don't know. What
is it gonna be? Like Betty Brant dying?
Can't be Black Widow because he didn't do it when she died. So.
Yeah, is it gonna be? But he also isn't. He's Professor Hulk now. He seems a lot less.
No, he's not though, because in Shang-Chi he's not.
Okay, sure. Whatever the hell that means. I don't know what the hell.
He's not Professor Hulk anymore.
No, I know, but like I don't know what they're setting up with that.
I don't know either. Probably
like, is he Professor Hulk? Is he not anymore? Like, make a fucking decision.
Probably this Hulk movie they want to do. They're like, all right, we can't have Professor Hulk if we're doing this Hulk movie, so gotta get rid of it.
So let's just retcon that. Forget it ever happened. Like, all right.
I mean, people don't seem to like it anyways, so
those people are dumb. Commit to something, Marvel. Fuck.
People didn't like it. People were like, I like
commit.
Angry Hulk. I don't like Smart Hulk.
His story was done. Like,
yeah.
Endgame was he was the hero of Endgame, and nobody realized that, and everybody was like pissed off.
At least he had something to do. Like, they made a story for him.
Yeah.
What was the story? What was the story in Age of Ultron? Nothing. You could, I guess, he's the love story.
The bullshit love story with Black Widow that no one liked.
Yeah. So apparently, anything they do with the Hulk, nobody likes it.
That's why he's a side character. He's a good side guy.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
He's not interesting enough. I mean, it's sort of like what I always say, like the perfect Punisher movie would be, where the Punisher needs to be like a Jason Voorhees in a movie. Like, he needs to just be this machine that's just plowing through motherfuckers. Like, it needs to be like a horror movie almost. That's kind of what Hulk could be. Like, you could make like a Frankenstein-esque type of movie with Hulk, but they just haven't. Like, it needs to be like a monster movie, like the Wolfman or some shit. Like, you could do that.
I could see this working if he is doing World War Hulk and he's like the villain, but it's about him. I could see this being.
Well, he's gonna have to, yeah.
I was gonna say I could see it being a thing, but how much of the Avengers is he fighting? Because like, are you gonna have everybody in this movie, or like, it can't be World War Hulk and not have all the Avengers there that are on Earth at least.
Yeah, and most of the Avengers that he's like familiar with are kind of gone.
Right, and Thor's off world, so he's not
off with the Guardians sticking around.
So
it's like he's gonna have Falcon and Shang-Chi.
Yeah, he's gonna like kill them.
What the fuck are they gonna do?
Exactly. A Spider-Man versus Hulk could be interesting because they have fought before, and Spider-Man does a decent job.
Spider-Man wouldn't be in that movie though.
No, he wouldn't. But it'd be an interesting fight.
That'd be cool. Spider-Man would be the only one who could really like stand a chance at least.
Because he's agile enough to like dodge him.
He's agile. He can also pick up a bus.
Yeah.
Like he can throw a bus at Hulk's ass. All right.
Also, by this point though, like, because if it starts production in 2022, it's probably not coming out till late 2023. So they may have done an X-Men thing. Maybe they have an X-Men that he can fight or something. Wolverine. I don't know.
That's fair. I don't know. That would actually be pretty cool. I want Hulk to like rip Wolverine in half.
That'd have to be rated R though. Like, you can't do that PG-13.
No, you could just not show anything.
But that's boring. I want to see Wolverine stabbing the Hulk.
Steppenwolf rip Cyborg in half.
But he's a robot. There's no guts in that.
Okay, you don't have to show any guts.
You're gonna guts.
Don't show any blood, any guts and blood.
Oh, he got ripped in half. He didn't bleed. Oh, okay, that's realistic. Look, he's fine.
Yeah. Well, he's healing. He wouldn't bleed all that much.
When the Hulk rips him in half, he throws one half of him one way and the other half of him another way.
Well, yeah, but his body would still heal. That one part would still heal.
No, because he had to go back and reattach his legs. He had to crawl.
No,
back.
but wouldn't his the body that's not connected to the legs, wouldn't the body heal on its own and just be like,
I mean,
he'd just be a body at that point, right?
But he's not gonna have legs.
Exactly. So he'll just be a little body Wolverine walking around.
He doesn't regrow limbs like Deadpool. He's got to go reattach.
No, yeah, because it's because of the adamantium.
Yeah. So.
But if he got ripped in half, would he regrow limbs at that point? Because he wouldn't have adamantium in his legs anymore.
I don't know. I don't know how his regen works because he's regen from like a drop of blood. So like sometimes he can regen from nothing, and sometimes he has to go reattach his limbs. I don't know how it works.
It's almost as if comic book writers just do what's necessary for this story.
That is true. That is true.
And there's no continuity with anything.
We were just talking about the Punisher, so I can roll into that. We have some Punisher news. Kind of. John Bernthal was asked recently on if he'd ever come back to the MCU if they asked, and he said he'd only return if the story was dark and gritty enough. So,
I mean, yeah. I don't want a lighthearted, family-friendly Punisher.
Yeah, I don't know why anyone would want that. That's not what the Punisher is at all. So,
yeah.
But I just thought it was interesting because we've heard about him maybe coming back recently. So, interesting that he'd say that.
Hey, bring him back. He's the best Punisher we've had.
Oh, yeah. I mean, that's not hard to do, but he is the best Punisher we've had. And then Doctor Strange 2 news. This is good. This might piss you off. I don't know.
What is it?
Possibly. We've kind of assumed that it might connect to What If, like possibly.
Oh no.
And it's been
Evil Doctor Strange.
No, but it's been rumored that there's going to be Ultron bots in it, so I don't know what that means in terms of possibly connecting to What If.
I mean, I guess it could be that, or he could just be going to a different, like, dimension where Ultron's taking
another dimension where Ultron wins.
Sure, I don't know.
I don't know.
It would be really cool if they do tie it into What If and they go to a dimension and it's a cartoon. That would be funny shit. They would never do that.
No, they wouldn't. No, but me and you at least have been speculating that it probably will tie into What If. I don't know how much, but
oh yeah, definitely. It will at least a little bit.
I don't know how much. I don't know if like they'll just go to the Captain Carter universe because I know people seem to like Captain Carter.
I think now probably they will. We'll see her for like a second.
It's a possibility, but with the Ultron bots, I don't know. Couldn't tell you.
I don't know. I'm kind of done with Ultron. Like, you guys wasted him. Just
twice.
Fucking stop.
Did it twice, and you did it bad.
Yeah, like, just fucking stop.
Let's see. I'm trying to stay away from the Spider-Man news for right now, but I do have some. We did get some delays. I don't know if you saw any of that.
Yeah, they delayed like their whole roster for some fucking reason.
The whole thing. I don't know what it was. I thought it was maybe for the strike, but then it got resolved so quickly. I'm like, maybe. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know what it is, but everything got moved down a slot. So like, Doctor Strange 2 took place of whatever was after Doctor Strange. I think it was Thor or something. Sounds about right. Yeah, and everything just moved.
Weird that they did that. I saw some people were saying that like because it happened right after DC put out the Batman trailer, everyone was like, Marvel got so fucking scared that the Batman's coming out because it looks so good that they just moved all this shit.
Imagine if that was the case. Like Kevin Feige is like, shit, we can't.
He's sitting there watching fandom, and he's like, what are they gonna show that's gonna fucking upstage us? And then he sits through the whole trailer, and he's just like, fuck.
Push Doctor Strange back. It's like we can't
move everything.
It's like we can't push it back. There's nowhere to push it back to. It's like
push it back.
Push everything then. Starts just turning into the Kingpin. Just push it back.
I said push it back. He gets that Kingpin voice. I said push it back.
And they're like, oh shit.
They're like, oh fuck, he means business.
He means business. When is Batman coming out? I know it's coming out next year.
Right? Next year.
This summer.
Fuck it up. Probably like November-ish.
November.
Probably. I don't know. I
don't
think there's
perfect October movie.
A full date. It would be a fucking perfect October movie.
specifically Wade's birthday.
It might be October, actually. I don't know. It's later next year, but
if it comes out on your birthday, could be a sign. It's the greatest.
If it comes out on my birthday, I deserve money. All right.
Hey, the Venom movies like to come out around your birthday, so you got that going.
Yeah, I know that pisses me off. I need better movies.
I got my birthday. The last 2 Avengers movies have come out near my birthday.
Yeah, you son of a bitch.
I got that going for me.
Not fair. the one thing that I like, the one thing that I support, and you see all the Batman stuff, and they can't even put that fucker out on my birthday.
Batman's a summer movie, Wade. You don't get it. It's not a fall movie.
No, he shouldn't be. They shouldn't be. That's the problem. They shouldn't be summer movies.
What are they? Christmas movies? I mean, you could make a
Batman Returns is a Christmas movie, but like no, Halloween. I think
Batman Returns is as much of a Christmas movie as Die Hard is.
It takes place during Halloween or during Christmas, and they mention it's Christmas throughout the whole fucking movie. It's a Christmas movie.
It's not a Christmas movie. Sorry to burst your bubble, Wade.
He is decorating a Christmas tree at one point, and the last line of the fucking movie is "Merry Christmas, Alfred." It's a Christmas movie.
I don't care. It's not a Christmas movie. Anyways, moving on. We're not discussing it. I win.
Hashtag it's a Christmas movie.
People will have no idea what you're talking about. That's the hashtag.
I don't give a shit. The right people will know what I'm talking about.
I feel like if you put that hashtag out, people would be like, "You talking about Die Hard?" I was like,
"Fuck Die Hard." Talking about Batman.
No, I'm talking about Batman, you sons of bitches.
I wish the Batman '89 took place during Halloween.
Hey,
it kind of feels like it does, just by like the tone of it. But I think that's just Tim Burton.
I was gonna say that's just Tim Burton. Tim Burton feels like a Halloween.
Yeah,
man. He was born and raised at Halloween.
He probably was.
Anyways, Marvel wants to start doing anime similar to Star Wars Visions. How do you feel about that?
They've done anime before. They had there was like an anime Iron Man show. There was like an anime Wolverine show. There was an anime like Blade show. So they've kind of dipped their toes into that before. Fine, like make it good. I don't give a shit.
I still didn't watch Visions. I didn't hear if it was good or bad.
So I've heard people liked it, but that could just because it's Star Wars. I don't know.
Wade's like, I don't trust anyone in terms of Star Wars.
I don't.
Well, the only thing left I have is Spider-Man news. So if you have anything else, let it be.
I have pretty much Spider-Man news also, but one piece of news that I think you are going to find interesting. The stunt coordinator for the Iron Fist show came out recently and talked shit about Finn Jones because apparently Finn Jones refused to train for the fucking show, and that's the main issue. That explains a lot.
I didn't see that coming. Like, watch the show and you'd understand. Like, yeah, that makes sense. Like,
yeah, but like apparently he said that like everyone was super committed. Like Catherine Henwick showed up like 2 hours early every day to like practice and like do all this shit, and Finn Jones was just like, no, I'll do it for like 20 minutes and like fuck you.
I feel like Finn Jones thinks he's a good fighter, but he's not.
But who the fuck is Finn Jones to just refuse to do something? Nobody knows you, dude.
Right.
You're not like Tom Cruise. Tom Cruise can do that because he's fucking Tom Cruise.
Like, no, I'm not training. What are you talking about? I'm Tom Cruise.
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough.
Like you're Finn Jones. Nobody knows you.
And that's why they're not bringing your ass back when they cast Iron Fist.
Well, yeah, especially after this, hearing this shit. Yeah.
Like, I would laugh so hard if they brought everyone back. They brought back John Bernthal, Mike Coulter. They brought and then they recasted his ass. I'd be
totally fine with that because I actually like Mike Coulter in the role.
Yeah, dude.
So I'd be totally fine with that. Leave Finn Jones's ass not working.
I would laugh so hard.
Motherfucker can't even train for a couple days for a fucking Netflix show.
Your whole thing, your whole character is he's a good fighter, but you don't want to train.
What the fuck did you expect when you took the role?
Right, like don't audition if you don't want to train for being a good fighter. Like that's your whole character.
No, mate, I don't want to do that. Don't you know who I am? I'm Finn Jones.
If they bring him back, they better force him to be like, look, you're doing training. Otherwise, you're getting recast. Like that's the only option that you have.
I think they probably would.
That's the only reason I would bring him back?
I feel like probably would, because Charlie Cox trained his fucking ass off when he got.
He did a lot of his own stunts most of the time. Only when they're doing like flips and stuff is when he wasn't doing it.
Yeah, he did a lot of that shit,
and he looks good doing it.
Yeah.
So did John Berthel, but he didn't have a lot of stunts. He was just shooting people. But
no, but he was still like beating the fuck out of people.
Yeah. I don't know. There's a plenty of people that could be a good Iron Fist. I'm just saying, Vin Jones, like
Owen Wilson.
No, he's also already in the MCU, so no.
I don't give a shit. Make a variant, all right?
That would be weird. He's just old. He's too old.
He's not that old.
He's got gray hair.
Mad McConaughey.
You're just naming people.
Get no.
Like, you're not
fuck. Get the dude who played Havoc in X-Men.
I could see it.
He ain't doing shit.
Do that. Do that. He's got charisma. He can do it.
Yeah. I don't know.
I like it. I like the fan cast.
Get him.
I like it. Get him.
Get him. And if this happens, I deserve money.
Also, give him the stupid V-neck that goes down to like his belly button.
They will.
And
give him the V-neck and the slippers.
And the slippers and his mask. Give it all to him.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, what else we got? Is it all Spider-Man after that?
It's all Spider-Man all the time.
All Spider-Man all the time. We'll start with Spider-Verse news. We did get a title confirmation. I know you don't like it.
Is it confirmed?
But yeah, it's a Spider-Verse across Spider-Man across the Spider-Verse. That's what it's called.
Dumb title.
Yeah, that's confirmed title. I don't mind it. It makes sense.
It's dumb. It's the same fucking thing as Into the Spider-Verse.
How?
It's just, you changed one of the words that kind of means the same thing.
Fair, but it still makes sense.
What's the next one going to be called? Beyond the Spider-Verse? Like, that's dumb.
Oh, there you go. Somebody write that down from Sony. Somebody's going to write that down. Be like, don't credit this guy, but we came up with this idea because of this video.
They probably will.
They probably see you bashing on their Venom movies. Like, we got to watch this person. Like,
they don't give a fuck about me. Their Venom movies are making money. They don't give a shit.
Like, maybe we can make them good and make money.
You would think that would be their main priority, but it's not.
It seems like Venom's gonna make money no matter what. So if you made it good, it may make even more money. So.
But see, that's the thing though. They're like, hey, this movie's gonna make money regardless. So let's just not
put effort into it.
Yeah, it's like a dumb fucking movie.
We did get some confirmation for No Way Home in terms of cast, who's actually in it. Okay. Thomas Hayden Church and I don't know the guy's name who plays Lizard, but they are
Lucy Fonz.
Yeah, they are officially confirmed in the movie.
Cool. We all kind of figured that.
Paul Giamatti's Rhino is confirmed to not be in the movie.
I was about to say he's coming back.
No, he is not in the movie.
That
but
sucks. Bring him
he
back.
Is mentioned. Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man does mention him in the movie.
Okay, so. Bring him back. Make him not shitty.
So as of right now, we got the Furious 5, not the Sinister 6, because there's only 5 villains. And I feel like there has to be a 6th villain. There's no way they wouldn't do
Venom.
A Sinister 6. I think he's an end credit scene. I don't think he'll be in the movie.
Venom, he's in it.
But that doesn't make him a Sinister 6. That's not a Sinister 6. That's still a Furious 5.
I mean, we still have Vulture fucking around somewhere.
Like, Vulture? I could see Mysterio showing back up.
Or Mysterio, he's still alive. So. Or Scorpion. Or Shocker, because all of them are still around.
It's true. So I think there's another villain. There's no way they would pass up on a Sinister 6.
Of course. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, it's funny. It's like, hey, we're doing the Furious 5. Isn't that what you guys wanted? It's like, no.
No, we wanted Sinister 6.
We wanted the Sinister 6. God damn it.
Like, we gave you Toby. All right? Lay off.
Y'all got Toby. Shut up.
Shut up. And then my last piece of Marvel news is John Watts has said that this is Spider-Man's endgame. Spider-Man No Way Home is. I don't know what that means.
I mean, yeah, it kind of seems like that.
I mean, he's gonna live because we know he appears in another MCU movie after this. But
yeah. Well, I mean, that could be a prequel.
A prequel? That'd be weird. Imagine if he does die. They have said there is a death in this movie. I'm still saying it's Happy that died.
It's probably going to be Happy or Aunt May. It's not going to be Spider-Man.
I've heard people say Ned. I don't think Ned would die.
Why would they kill Ned?
I don't know, but I've heard people say they think it's Ned.
What the fuck did Ned do?
He's Ned.
But he deserves to die. Ned just got healthy, all right?
He just got healthy, and he was snapped for like 5 years, and they're going to kill him again.
Exactly. Leave his ass alone.
I don't know. I'll put money on Happy, because I feel like he's probably like, I've been in this universe for too long.
It might be Happy, but like, is that going to be, are they going to try to play that up as like an emotional thing?
Don't make that an Uncle Ben
gives a fuck about Happy.
Right. I don't know. Who's your pick?
Aunt May.
Pick one. Aunt May? That'd be so messed up.
They did it in the game.
I know, but like he was older in the game. Like he had.
But that's the thing, that this movie's going to be him like kind of leaving high school. It's going to be a story about him kind of becoming an adult.
That'd be so sad.
And he's gonna like have to leave Aunt May behind in a way. Like he's gonna have to realize that like being Spider-Man kind of sucks. Like, but that's what I got to do. You know.
How's she gonna die?
Green Goblin fucking snatches her up and throws her off a building. I don't know.
God damn.
Dr. Octopus. Any of the fucking 18 villains in this movie. Andrew Garfield.
I feel like no. Andrew Garfield's gonna kill her.
He killed someone in his movies.
That's true. He didn't kill her.
He's responsible.
Is he? He tried to stop her.
He failed to save her.
I mean, if he didn't do anything, she would have died. So it didn't.
So he shouldn't even tried.
No, he tried. He should have tried.
Oh, he should have
what
tried
other
quicker?
What other Marvel news do you have? Do you have anything else?
It's pretty much just everyone's speculating that No Way Home is the last MCU Spider-Man movie because Tom Holland said it felt like an end. So everyone's like, it's the end of the fucking franchise.
I don't believe that. I would have maybe believed that if Venom didn't end the way it did. With them bringing Venom into the MCU, I do not see them taking Spider-Man.
But see, that's the thing. How long is this whole multiverse thing going to last? Because Sony they got their own fucking universe going. It wouldn't surprise me if Venom shows up in No Way Home in some capacity, whether it's in the movie or post-credit scene, and brings Spider-Man back with them into their universe, and then they just make Sony Spider-Man movies.
If that was the case,
I could see that happening.
If that was the case, I would have just ended No Way Home with he like falls into the multiverse and then he shows up in the Venomverse.
That might be what they do.
Why bring Venom in and then bring him back out? I don't understand that.
We don't know what the fuck they're doing with Venom. I don't even think Sony knows what they're doing with Venom.
I feel like the deal that they made was, hey, you can keep him in the MCU, but we want our stuff to be in the MCU as well. And they're like, fine. Whatever.
I don't know. It's possible. I think they are going to kind of be separate for at least post the next couple years. Because I don't think the multiverse thing is going to be around for a long time. And they're not going to bring Morbius into the MCU. Like Sony's going to want to do their own stuff.
Michael Keaton's in the Morbius trailer.
It's a multiverse. We don't know if that's the same Michael Keaton.
It makes sense that it might
and maybe the first movie takes place in the MCU, but then post No Way Home or post multiverse stuff, like they can have their own universe.
Just because they in the multiverse stuff though doesn't mean that like, oh, everybody has to go back to their universe. It's like
no, it doesn't. It doesn't mean that they can do whatever they want. But what I'm saying is Sony. I really don't think Sony wants to play ball with Disney and Kevin Feige. I think they really want to do.
I don't think they do either. But
I think that's going to be kind of how they kind of ease him out of the MCU is by bringing, like letting Disney use their characters for a little bit, and then they're going to go, all right, get like we're going to get them back, and then they suck them back into the Sonyverse or whatever.
I think they might be a little scared though, because like if you take them out of the MCU, who's going to care after that? I mean, people will still care, but not as much.
No, yeah, those movies are going to make money. Like. People will bitch and complain about it, but everyone's gonna go see the next Spider-Man movie. Like, Spider-Man. He's one of the most profitable superheroes of all time. Like, they're gonna go see these fucking movies.
It'd be weird though, because it's just like, yeah, now he can't mention anything that's happened to him previously. It's like, oh yeah, you can't mention anything that happened in the MCU.
I mean, yeah.
So just be
Yeah,
weird.
it's gonna be weird. I don't think Sony cares about any of that.
Just get a different Spider-Man. Get Andrew, and I'm sure he'd gladly come back.
Yeah, I don't understand why they don't do that.
Just let Tom be in the MCU, then you get a different one. Bring back Toby. You know how much money you'd make with Spider-Man 4?
If they announce Spider-Man 4, they're getting all the monies.
Exactly.
They're getting all of them. I don't know why they don't do that. They're so.
It doesn't make sense to just. It'd make more sense to do that than like, hey, let's piss off a bunch of people and take them out of the MCU. Like, I don't understand why that would.
I don't know, but I think that's what they want to do, though.
I know that's what they want to do, but I think they also know that they're backed into a corner. Like, hey, if we do this, we're gonna annihilate some fan base out there, a big chunk of it at least.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. We'll have to see. I don't think it is the end. I think once No Way Home is over, we might see less of Spider-Man for a little bit. But I think if Marvel wants to use Spider-Man in something, they'll just be like, "Hey, Sony, here's $100,000. Let us put Spider-Man in this fucking thing."
We do know he's going to show up in another movie somewhere. I'm going to guess Fantastic Four, but I don't know for sure. But we do know he's in another crossover movie. And then after that, we don't know what's going on.
I think it's good that we kind of just like let Spider-Man just kind of rest for a little bit. Like just kind of like his trilogy's done. Let's kind of move on with like the new guys like Shang-Chi and Moon Knight and She-Hulk. Like let's kind of give them the fucking spotlight. We don't need 18 Spider-Man movies.
He's going to be in 6 movies in 5 years, right?
Yeah, that's insane.
No, 6 movies in 6 years. Can I do math? 4, 5, 6. Yeah, 6 years. 1 movie.
Yeah, but still, that's crazy.
Yeah, it is.
Like let him chill for a little bit, because then when we see him again, I'll be like, oh shit, Spider-Man. Spider-Man's back.
Yeah. We'll see. I don't think Sony wants to stop though. They're like, let's keep making money.
Well, yeah, Sony doesn't give a flying fuck what people want.
But we shall see. We shall see. Are you ready to move on to some DC, or you got any more?
DC news.
We got quite a few trailers to talk about from
DC Fandom happened.
Yeah, DC Fandom happened. We were not...
Before we talk about Fandom, though, we got to talk about the thing that everyone's been talking about. Superman is bi now in the comics.
Oh, I haven't been listening to people talk about this. I don't care what people... Again, I don't care
America's
what people think.
Torn over this fucking thing. And it's not even... What's funny is that it's not even Superman. That's what makes it... It's Superman's son.
Oh, I don't care.
Everybody saw the image and they saw him with the S and they're like, oh, it's Superman? How dare they?
I don't give a flying fuck.
They're a whole bunch of fucking morons.
If this is what pisses you off, you need to get a life, because you have nothing else.
It's just funny because it's like, where have these people been the last 15 years of comics when we had a black Spider-Man and a black Captain America and they made Captain America a Nazi and like all this stuff? Nobody cared about any of that stuff. But the moment they
you don't get away.
Think Superman bisexual.
People aren't racist. People hate gays. That's what it is.
Okay. But where were all these people when Batwoman was gay? Batwoman's been gay for like 15 years in the comics, and not a single person gives a fuck. Like,
it's only gay men people hate.
I guess he's not even gay. He's bi.
I don't care what he is. If he's fighting crime, he's Superman.
I also don't give a shit about Jonathan Kent just in general.
True. Nobody really does until this happened.
Yeah, exactly.
So,
that's why they did it.
You think they were like, hey,
they do stuff like this all the time, and it's for marketing. It's so people will talk about it.
Fair.
They made Robin gay like a year ago, and people were mad about that.
People saw that coming, though.
Well, I mean, yeah, it was kind of obvious.
We're like, Robin's gay? Yeah, well, I knew that. What are you talking about?
We've known that since the 60s.
I didn't think it would be as much of a big deal. Like I saw an article about it, and I was like, okay, that's cool, sure.
Yeah, then, I mean, even if it was Superman, I don't really give that much of a fuck.
But like, even then after that, though, I heard like it blew up and I'm just like, who cares? Why is this?
Yeah, and they brought in Dean Cain to show up on like Good Morning America and be like, let me tell you why Superman being gay is wrong. And I was like, what even remembers that you were Superman anymore? Like, you were Superman like 30 years ago, dude. Like, when did you become an expert on Superman?
How does that make it wrong, though? Who cares about Superman's
because it's
love
different.
interest?
Because it's different, and people don't
As
like
long as he
change.
still has the same core values as Superman, that should be all
Well,
that matters.
speaking of that, they changed Superman's motto, and everyone's pissed about that.
Oh, what did they change it to? I haven't heard about this.
You know his classic motto, truth, justice, and the American way.
Yeah.
They took off the American way part and they changed it to a better tomorrow, which I think sounds a lot better, actually, personally.
That sounds like it flows off the tongue better.
Truth, justice, and a better tomorrow. Like, that just sounds like a fucking. But everybody's pissed at that now.
Plus, I mean, you could take it as, Superman's not just American; he's for the world. Anybody can enjoy.
Well, I mean, he's not American. He's a fucking alien.
That's true, but he's not solely America's savior.
Well, sure, he's supposed to represent humanity.
I was gonna say anybody can enjoy Superman.
Yeah, that's the whole fucking point of Superman.
So it makes sense. It makes sense they change it.
It does, and I think it's a better quote.
Yeah, I agree with you. I agree. I think people are mad that we probably aren't agreeing with the masses.
I don't care.
Be like, they need to talk about this. It's bad.
No, I don't give a shit. I also don't read comics all that much anymore, so like it's not going to affect my life at all.
I only know what's happening in the comics is when controversy happens, because then everybody's talking.
Usually, I mean, I try to keep up as much as possible. There's just too many fucking comic books out there.
Like when Captain America said "Hail Hydra," people were flipping out about that, and I was like, okay.
Yeah, and I was like, all right, I don't care. Make him a Nazi. He's been around for 60 years. Do something different with him. Like, I don't care.
So, whatever. But yeah, I totally forgot that was a thing and that happened. So,
yeah.
Good thing you brought it up because I forgot about it. We got to talk about these trailers, though, Wade. No more talking about the gays. Got to talk about the trailers.
Okay, you could phrase it a little different, but all right. Enough of that gay shit.
That's not what I said. I just said the gays.
That's basically what you said, but all right.
Mm-hmm. Anyways, let's talk about the Flash first, because that was my most.
We're starting with the Flash, all right?
Yeah, that was my most. I don't want to say most enjoyable, but one of my enjoyable.
It was a good trailer. It was a good
trailer.
Teaser, I guess.
We did get to see like a little bit of Keaton.
We saw the back of him.
Yeah, we saw the back of him. We saw the mansion, the Wayne Manor.
We did. Yeah.
It is Tim Burton's manor.
Hell.
So.
If Tim Burton isn't back in some capacity as like a producer or some shit, somebody fucked up.
And then we also kind of maybe got a glimpse of the Batmobile. It could be just a random car.
Yeah, they cut it off at that. No, it's definitely Batmobile.
We do see that there are at least two Barry Allens in this.
Yeah, that's weird.
So I don't know what that's about.
Two Ezra Millers like back to back. I've heard some people say, because I remember when the director tweeted out the photo of the second Barry Allen's like armor, and everyone's like, "Oh shit, they're doing Red Death," which is a character in the comics. It's a Batman with the power of the Flash, who's like he's like a dickhead. They might be. Maybe he's not. I don't think he's playing Red Death, because I think that's a weird thing to introduce just in the first Flash movie. But I've seen some people say that maybe he's Reverse Flash,
which kind of makes sense, but also doesn't make sense, because Reverse Flash, isn't he not Barry Allen? He's just a random.
No, he's not Barry Allen, but it's a different movie. Like, I don't give a shit if it's Eobard Thawne or not. Like, I don't care.
So it is interesting. I don't know who or what. Maybe he's the Flash of the Tim Burton universe. That's
very possible. Also, I'd be fine with that too.
I don't know. And we did get to see.
Why does Flash look exactly like Ezra Miller in every universe, though?
I don't know. Yeah, I was gonna say, why does Batman look so different, but the Flash looks the same?
Batman looks drastically different, but Ezra Miller looks exactly the same.
I don't know. We did get to see a glimpse of Supergirl too, a little bit.
Yeah, she was there.
Yeah, didn't show much of her.
I like that Keaton voiceover.
Yeah, Keaton voiceover.
So you have the ability to travel through universes. Why the fuck would you want to stay here? Said it just like that, too.
It's a good question because his universe is not the best.
It reminded me a lot of Birdman. Just his voice, like it sounded like him doing like one of his monologues in Birdman, where he's like, "This room smells like balls."
We did get an upgraded Flash suit. How'd you feel about that?
I think the suit itself looks awesome, but the mask, the cowl, looks like Bible Man, and they need to fix it because it looks weird on his mouth.
It does look a little strange. I don't know what it is about.
It's there's too much on his cheeks.
Is that what
they need to? Because I saw a fan thing who like they took the excess stuff off his cheeks. It looks much better. It's like too close up. It's like the Christian Bale Batman cowl where it's like his mouth is just he's just his little hole for his mouth.
There you go, Warner Brothers. Fix it.
Like too much on his face.
Fix it.
They can fix it. Yeah, in post.
That was about it. We didn't get really much else, at least off the top of my head.
Yeah, the trailer didn't show a whole lot.
It probably shouldn't. It's more of a teaser.
There was a bloody Batman cowl in it, though.
There was. And I have a theory that this Batman, this version of Michael Keaton's Batman, is kind of like losing his touch maybe a little bit because Alfred's probably dead and he's like just going out and just beating on people that he probably shouldn't be beating on. And he's old, so he's kind of losing his touch. I think that's my theory of why he's getting all bloody.
Okay. Because to me, that looked like an Affleck cowl.
Oh, do you think? Maybe.
To me, I've heard some people say it looked like a Keaton cowl.
The way it was lit, I couldn't tell. I thought it was maybe Keaton, so maybe it is Affleck. So I don't know. Maybe you're right.
Maybe they murder each other.
Imagine if Keaton murders Affleck and that's how you get him out of the DCU. That'd be insane.
That'd be dumb.
That would break
this 82-year-old man.
That would break the internet. He's got more experience.
I don't care. He's in his 80s.
I mean, it's been rumored that he's going to take his place as DCU Batman.
Yeah, I don't know. I find that weird also. I don't believe that.
I do. I find that weird too because like, why would you go older?
Yeah, let's. Ben Affleck's too old, so let's replace him with an 82-year-old man.
Right.
And he's going to be the future of the franchise. Like what?
It's like we want to do this for the next 20 years, like the MCU does, but we're gonna have an 80-year-old Batman.
Yeah, that's very bizarre.
Anyways, yeah, this Flash trailer, it got me hyped though. Just mainly because of seeing Keaton's Batman again. I'm like, yes, let's do it.
Yeah, yeah. I'm fucking excited.
I'm pumped. I'm ready. I'm also curious on like how much of Flashpoint this is gonna be.
Probably most of it.
You think so? You think he loses his powers and stuff like they do in Flashpoint and stuff like that?
Maybe for a little bit. I mean, you need some kind of low point in the movie at some point.
Yes, but I thought maybe it would come from Keaton's Batman because he's old and like Alfred's dead and stuff like that. Maybe that's the low point. I don't know.
I don't know.
No way Alfred's still alive, right? No way he's alive.
No way. No, he would be like 200 years old.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying. So he's got to be dead. There's no way he's dead.
That's the one problem I have with The Dark Knight Returns is that Alfred's still alive and he's like ancient and he doesn't do anything. I'm like, why he didn't need to be in the story? You should have just killed him.
Yeah, just kill him off. Make Batman more depressed than he already is. Like, come on.
Yeah, that would have aided in his whole thing.
Speaking of teaser trailers, though, we did get a Black Adam teaser trailer.
We did, and this was awesome.
It was awesome. I will admit. This got me way more hyped for this movie than I initially was.
Hey, hell yeah.
What'd you think? Just off the top of your head.
I mean, The Rock just like vaporized the dude. I think that's pretty cool. That's all they needed to show. And I was like, I'm in. They're going full on villain Black Adam, and I love it.
We got some suit shown, so it looks pretty good.
A little bit of it, yeah.
It looks like Black Adam's suit. Looks like how I expected.
Fucking A, hell yeah.
He seems like he would murder Shazam. I'm just gonna be honest. At this point,
he would.
He would just straight up just beat him to death.
He would.
We'll see. We'll see. I kind of now that I've seen the trailer though, I do want to see him fight Henry Cavill Superman.
Yeah, and The Rock's been teasing that forever.
Well, he hasn't been teasing.
I don't know if we'll ever see that. No, The Rock himself has been saying like he's been tweeting out like fan art and like he's been saying that like, oh, Superman can suck my dick or whatever. Like he's been saying that since he was cast. Like he's been saying that for years.
I know he wants it to happen though. I know that for a fact.
Yeah, I think it will happen. I don't know if it'll be with Cavill though. I don't know.
If you don't do it with Cavill, I'm gonna be upset. Warner Brothers, me personally. I don't know.
A lot of people would be. Yeah.
I love Cavill. I love his Superman. I want to see him.
And I think if they want to replace him in the DCU, that's a way to replace him. Have Black Adam fucking kill him
again. He just died.
Kill him again.
I guess he didn't just die. He died in 2016, but he just came back.
Kill his ass again and make it permanent this time. They have no other boxes to bring him back.
Still, they should have just kept him dead if that's what they were going to do. Don't bring him back at all.
That wasn't what they were going to do originally.
I know, but still, it's just dumb. I hate that. It makes me angry.
That's better than just never seeing him again.
I guess, but like, I won't care. That's the issue.
Maybe.
Superman is my favorite character, and Henry Cavill is an awesome Superman. So
he is.
Where's My Man is Steel 2, goddammit.
We're never going to get it.
No, we're not. No. I would like pass out if they like announced it. Just be like, hey, yeah, we're doing it.
They have announced it multiple times.
No, it's like officially, like they're like, all right.
They have officially announced
here's the trailer
multiple times.
Here it is, right here. I'd be like,
they said they were working on it like 2-3 years ago, and then we just haven't heard about anything.
Well, there's no trailer, so I don't believe it exists.
Exactly. But yeah, they're not doing anything with it.
Same thing with you and Black Adam, man. Now you can say Black Adam officially exists though,
because it's happening. Yeah,
put a trailer out. Imagine if they canceled it and like, I don't think that's ever happened where they put a trailer out and like, no, we're not doing the movie anymore. But
I'm sure that's happened at least once, not to my knowledge, but I'm sure that's happened at some
big movie like that.
The history of time.
I don't think that's happened.
Maybe not a big one.
Maybe like an indie movie or something. But
yeah.
And then we have one more trailer that I cared to watch. The Batman.
Yeah, I wasn't gonna watch this. I've heard everyone losing their minds over it, but I was like, I was sold on the first one. I don't need to see the second one.
It was a pretty cool trailer. It's got some cool stuff.
I'm sure it was. But I'm gonna wait.
It does have some cool. I won't spoil anything for you, but it's got some cool stuff.
Don't.
I'm not gonna spoil it. I just said I'm not gonna spoil anything. I'm not. Batman is Batman. Confirmed.
How fucking dare you?
But go watch the trailer for yourself if you guys want to. If you want to make your own opinion about it. Because Wade,
if you weren't sold on the first trailer, then watch the second one, I guess.
Maybe people didn't know there was a first trailer. Go watch that one too. There you go.
Fuck it. What the fuck is wrong with you people?
I think there was a couple other trailers, but I did not watch them. So if you want to mention those,
yeah, I think there was one for like the Super Pets. I didn't watch it, and apparently no one else has fucking watched it because no one's talked about it.
Well, it's an animated movie or show, so it's not gonna get as much press.
Still, I figured someone on the internet would talk about this fucking thing.
Nope, nobody cares.
I mean, hey, that's fair.
I know there
we also. Go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
We got some Doom Patrol news.
Oh, did we?
Doom Patrol is renewed for season 4.
Wow. The show's doing better than The Boys somehow in terms of putting out content.
Yeah, they're putting out Doom Patrol like fucking crazy.
Right. And I'm just like, where's my season 3 of The Boys, goddammit?
Yeah, we're still waiting on that fucking show. I don't know when that show is coming out.
I don't know either.
People love Doom Patrol. And Doom Patrol's a lot cheaper, I think, than The Boys. Not that it's like cheap, but most of Doom Patrol is just like people in rooms just like bitching about the problems. So like it's kind of easier to put together and to get out.
Fair enough.
But yeah, I'm glad it's not being like Daredevil, where they like, because I don't know how season 3 is gonna end, but I have a feeling it's gonna end with a cliffhanger. I'm glad that now I know it's gonna go on season 4.
Imagine if they ended on a cliffhanger and like, all right, we're done.
I'd be pissed.
It seems like I think
a while ago, one of the writers tweeted out something that said they wanted 4 seasons. Like that was the story goal. So season 4 might be the last season.
It might be, but if it does well, they'll be like, all right, we'll make another one.
This needs to end at either season 4 or season 5 because this could definitely overstay its welcome a little bit. Like it needs to,
yeah,
and sometime soon.
Sometimes what? I think you cut out there.
Sometime soon.
Oh, sometime soon. Oh. Well, we shall see. It could just get run into the ground like a lot of things do. So
it very much could, and I hope it does.
And then Wade will be pissed, and you guys are gonna make Wade never watch TV shows ever again. That's what this is gonna come to.
No, they're gonna just make me not watch DC stuff ever again.
Or that. Wade's gonna be like, "Look, I'm done with Marvel. I'm done with DC. I'm done with Star Wars.
I'm just done with all this shit.
I'm just gonna go watch regular movies.
I'm gonna go start watching Monk."
Oh, we did get some. I don't know if you watched these, but we did get some behind the scenes stuff for Aquaman 2 and Shazam 2. I didn't watch these.
But... Oh, I watched the Shazam one. I didn't really give a shit about the Aquaman one.
Did it show anything interesting? And
I mean, they showed like some flashes of stuff that they've been shooting. It was mostly behind the scenes stuff, but it didn't really give you like a hint of the story or anything.
Well, I know Aquaman got delayed a couple times, so we'll see if that, when that comes out. I know
don't make it.
I know Jason Momoa had COVID, so
cool. Just don't make it.
Nah, man, dude, they were gonna do The Trench, and then that got canceled.
Yeah, I'm glad that got canceled. That was supposed to be a Black Man movie.
Yeah, that's what I heard. Your favorite character in the DCU.
Yeah, I'm glad because that's a pointless movie. Why don't we do that?
When they announced that, I was like, "This is stupid. Like, that's not a good idea. We shouldn't do this." And you agreed, so I'm glad they didn't. It seemed dumb.
I think everyone was kind of on the same page there.
That's why I hope Marvel does with those stupid, like Catherine Hahn show. Like, yeah, this is dumb. We shouldn't do this.
No, they're gonna move forward with that stuff because they need content.
Do they? They have like 8 things coming out a year.
They think they need content.
Fair enough.
They're not aware that they're putting out 1 million things a year.
Fair enough. You could say that. What other DC news you got?
Apparently, the Superman that Michael B. Jordan is producing, the Val Zod Superman, will reportedly cross over into the DCEU.
Why?
I don't know, because he's black. I don't know.
That's true. That's a good reason. I mean, I always thought it was going to be a Joker type movie where it's going to be like a one-off, but
I think it's supposed to be a series.
Oh, really?
I think it's going to be a series on HBO Max.
Oh,
I think I could be wrong about that.
Put him in the Batman universe, and then you can have 2 DC universes.
That would be neat. That would be fun.
That would be fun. I don't know. I'm still excited for this. This seems interesting. So we'll see how this goes.
Yeah. Don't get Michael B. Jordan to play Superman though, because that's very on the nose.
Is he producing? Is that right?
He's producing that and a Static Shock movie.
Yeah, I'm don't expect that to happen until I see a trailer for that. Honestly.
For what?
Static Shock. I just don't expect it to happen for some reason.
I don't know why it hasn't happened. Because like Static Shock is like DC Spider-Man. Like I feel like that character would blow up. Yeah.
I don't know about that.
He's a kid. He's like he gets these powers and he's just like, hey man, I'm having fun. I'm gonna learn how to use these powers. Like,
I mean, I guess, but at the same time, like we already have a whole show about Static Shock that nobody cared about that much. I mean, people cared about.
It was a cartoon.
Yeah.
In the 90s.
Yeah. I mean, I watched
it. Yeah, I watched the fuck out of it. It was awesome.
But I don't know. I just don't see it happening for some reason. This might turn into The Trench where it's like, yeah, we thought about it, but
I don't know. This out of everything they're working on, this is the only thing I really care about.
Fair.
Because I want a Static Shock movie.
Just because you haven't got one, that's why you want to see it. Same thing with like Blue Beetle. You want a Blue Beetle movie or a Booster Gold
movie. I would fucking love. They need to make. It's like The Nice Guys. Make The Nice Guys, but make it Blue Beetle and Booster Gold. There you go. That's perfect film right there.
Send that into WB.
That's. Is that not perfect?
I mean, it could work. It could work. I know you want Ryan Gosling as Booster Gold, don't you?
Yes. He would be perfect because he's hilarious.
I don't know if Ryan Gosling could commit to that. Be like, look, I can't do superhero stuff. All right, like,
why not?
I don't know.
It's bullshit.
He doesn't seem like a superhero type.
It's bullshit. All right, Ryan, you're gonna do it.
So you're playing Ken, Ryan.
Yeah, fuck
the
you.
Barbie movie. Like,
you have no integrity anymore.
I was gonna say you can't be like, oh, I gotta do high art films.
Do one movie. Barbie. Just be like, yo, I'm doing one movie, and then they'll recast you later. Like, just do one.
I'd laugh if he did. He's like, I'll do one, and people loved it, and they're like, he's like, no, I'm only doing one.
I don't do sequels. All right.
I don't do. Has he ever done a sequel?
Not to my knowledge. I mean, Blade Runner was a sequel, but he wasn't in both
sequel.
of them. But I mean, he'll do a sequel, but only if he's only in one of them.
So he's taking a book out of Joaquin Phoenix. He's like, all right,
I guess. Yeah. I don't think he's ever done a sequel.
I said taking a book. It's taking a page.
He took a book.
He took a book from Joaquin Phoenix's house.
It wasn't very nice.
He took the Bible for some reason.
Joaquin Phoenix isn't a Christian.
No, he has one there to burn later.
Hey,
this is good. This is cheap and good firewood right
here. He probably does. I could see him doing that.
and Ryan Gosling's like, what? You can't burn Bibles? It's like, well, I can't.
I do what I want. I'm the goddamn Joker. All right.
Throws one in the fire. And that's how they're
You're a little too method. You haven't been the Joker for like 2 years now. Like, stop.
Calm down now. Calm down. It's like, no, this is just me.
Speaking of calm down,
Ooh.
Apparently George Clooney came out about appearing in the Flash movie.
And I'm guessing he said no, like I'm not in it.
Pretty much, he said WB didn't want to come back.
Makes sense. People kind of
he said he was all in. He said he was like, hey, if they want me in, cool, but they didn't want me. So
it makes sense. People bash his Batman a lot.
I think that's a little unfair though, because like Brendan Routh got redeemed. I think we should put.
I don't think people
try to redeem him.
Disliked his Superman. I think people disliked his movie. People dislike George Clooney's Batman.
His Superman in Superman Returns isn't very good.
It isn't. It's not the best, but I don't think people were like, that Superman is awful. Like, I don't think people said that. I think people were like, that movie was awful.
I guess. But like, let's get George Clooney in a movie and make him just not suck. Like,
we all know George Clooney would come back if they asked him. He'd be like, hell yeah,
in a heartbeat.
But like, is he? No, because they don't want him back. They would much rather bring back Bale or I don't know.
They would love to bring back Christian Bale in anything.
I think they'd rather bring back Val Kilmer too than George Clooney.
Well,
honestly.
they probably would have brought back Val Kilmer, but he's had a lot of like health issues recently. Like he can't even like speak anymore.
Oh, really?
So I feel like that's kind of like they were probably like, all right, we probably can't get him back in the bat suit.
I'm sure they would be salivating if Bale's like, you know what, I'll come back.
Sure if somebody asked like, hey, Christian Bale, are you showing up in the Flash movie? He was like, I don't know, maybe. DC would be like, fuck, we gotta get him now.
Somebody call him right now. It's like, we already shot the movie. It's like, I don't give a shit.
We'll make an after credit scene.
Make an after credit scene.
It'll be like in Spider-Verse when 29.
That's what I was gonna say. Keaton and Bale are just pointing at each other, and Affleck.
All three of them they're just pointing at each other.
Yeah.
You're a murderer. No, you're a murderer.
It's like, you're all murderers.
I never murdered anybody.
And it pans to George Clooney, and he's like, I haven't murdered anyone.
I haven't murdered fucking nobody. All right.
It's like I put a lot of people in comas, but they lived.
George Clooney didn't put anybody in a fucking coma.
No, not George Clooney. Other people. They're like, we put them in comas, but they didn't. But they lived. It's like, no, you clearly set that man on fire, Keaton. Like, he's dead.
Christian Bale tackled Harvey Dent and broke his neck, like just outright. Like,
he should have dodged it. That's what should happen.
He's a man.
He should have dodged.
Like, he's just a guy. You could have thrown a battering at the gun, like something. No, he's like, I want to tackle him. Tackle him off this building.
Maybe he was just tired of it. He's like, look, I'm murdered somebody tonight. I was gonna murder the Joker.
He probably was.
You know, too late. Too late for that.
Yeah, I was going to, but then the cops came, so I had to run.
So somebody's dying tonight, and it happens to be you, Two-Face.
Somebody's fucking dying tonight. All right.
I got some Brendan Fraser news in.
I know what this is.
DC. He's going to be the villain Firefly in Batgirl.
Which is
I don't know
cool.
much about Firefly. Is he any interesting?
He's not like a super mainstream Batman character. He's kind of came into prominence a little bit more because he's been in some of the games recently, and they've been kind of putting him in some like cartoons and stuff recently. So he's kind of coming up. But he's an alright villain. He's not my favorite Batman villain, but I think Brendan Fraser. I think that's cool. I'm glad he's two characters in the DC universe now. I think
he's in Doom Patrol, right?
Fucking A, hell yeah.
Yeah.
He's a superhero and a supervillain.
Hero
it's gonna be interesting. Yeah, because Robot Man is a hero and Firefly is a bad guy.
Oh, I thought he played a villain in Doom Patrol for some reason.
Nope.
Oh, nice.
He's kind of a fuck up, but he's not a bad guy.
Isn't that what Doom Patrol is though? They're just
that's the whole show. I
was gonna say
bunch of fuck ups, but it's gonna be his Firefly's gonna be interesting because I don't know how is he gonna go serious with it? Is he gonna play it a little bit more comedic? I don't know.
That's a good question. I had to guess he would play it more comedic, but I don't know.
I don't know.
He could do both.
You could take Firefly either way.
Yeah.
And yeah,
Brendan Fraser could do both. So.
I hope he plays it a little bit more serious just because I don't want him to I don't want to get Doom Patrol vibes from it.
You don't want
very much a goofball in Doom Patrol, and I don't want it to just be like, oh, that's Robot Man. Like I just want it to be different.
We shall see. I'm not sure how I feel about this whole Batgirl thing. Is this the show, right? Or is this a movie?
No, I think it's a movie. It's on HBO Max, but I think it's a movie.
Oh. I don't know. Because I know they've been like, oh yeah, we're gonna have Batman in it, but the true Batman. It's like, okay.
Can y'all just fucking tell us so we can just stop yelling about Batman? Like, you just fucking tell us. I don't think it's gonna be Keaton because it'd be
too old.
But also it'd be weird to have a relationship between Batman and Commissioner Gordon with a Batman that isn't like familiar with this Commissioner Gordon. It'd be very weird.
Right. I would.
So I just feel like why not just bring back Affleck? Like,
I don't know. I was thinking they'd make it Bat-Pat if I was putting money on it, but
no, don't make it Bat-Pat. Leave that a separate thing. And don't bring him in already. And again, I think we've talked about this. That Batman's year 2 Batman. So it'd be weird for him to be like, oh yeah, I'm going to train Batgirl now. It's like, you're still figuring your own shit out, Batman.
Well, maybe she doesn't get trained by him. Maybe she just gets trained and then she just takes up, like, hey, this Batman character.
Then why put him in it?
To fight her. I don't know.
That would be Batman would fuck up Batgirl, right? Any version.
I guess it really can only be Ben Affleck. Like
it has to be. Like why? Like, and it's not even like you don't even have to put him in the bat suit. Have him make this kind of a Batman Beyond type of movie. And this is kind of how I always thought like they could have phased out Ben Affleck in the DCU. His Batman movie could have been about him finding the next successor to being Batman. And then maybe he dies or some shit in the movie and then passes the torch to like Terry McGinnis or something. You can kind of somewhat do that here where he's like
kind of what the Dark Knight Rises did.
That's exactly what the Dark Knight Rises did. That's what that whole fucking movie's about.
Yeah.
Like this movie could be like, look, there's fucking aliens and gods and like speedsters and like green alien men. I'm not relevant anymore. I'm old. I'm gonna die. I gotta find someone who can like take up my mantle for me. You know, like that they could make this movie kind of that. And I think that'd be a smart way to kind of maybe not phase him out because you shouldn't kill him in the movie, but like have an excuse for him to not be Batman anymore.
I guess because I know they want him out for some reason.
Well, I think it's just he doesn't really want to do it anymore.
Probably.
I think it's more that than
it's a little both. We'll say it's a little both.
Yeah. Because I find it weird that DC wouldn't like. I'm sure Ben Affleck was gung ho about it. He'd be like, "Yeah, put me in fucking a million things. I'll come back, sure."
Henry Cavill's been like that, but they're like, nah.
He's always been a little coy about it. He's always been like, look, Warner Brothers kind of sucks. I'll play Superman, but like Warner Brothers kind of sucks.
I mean, they do kind of suck. They don't know what they're doing.
Yeah, they don't. So. They don't like hearing that they suck, though.
True.
I mean, look what happened with Ray Fisher. They fucking fired him over it.
You suck, WB. It's like, no, we don't. You suck. You're fired.
You suck. You're fired. You ain't gonna be in the Flash no more.
I got some Joe Manganiello.
Oh shit! What?
News.
What is he in now?
I don't know, but he's apparently in talks to return as Deathstroke in an upcoming DC project. So
what? I mean, hey, that'd be awesome, but like, if it ain't got Batman in it, fuck you.
I mean, we got 3 Batman we can choose from.
Yeah, we have 3 Batman right now. Pick one, put him in it.
Pick one, put him in it. Imagine him versus Keaton's Batman. Ones. That would be
he would murder Keaton. Keaton can't turn his neck. Like, where'd it go? Oh shit! And he would die. I just imagine what you did. Just a shot of his back, and he just swings all the way around, and Deathstroke's like coming at him with a sword. Like, oh fuck!
He does that like big. He just gets those big eyes.
He gets those big eyes. Oh shit!
I mean, it wouldn't really make sense if it was Bat-Pat because we've already seen him in the DCU. Unless like it's like it's multiverse and.
Unless they're doing the multiverse, or if this is just a different Deathstroke. I mean, it doesn't have to be the same Deathstroke.
Yeah. Or they put him back in the DCU and he's like doing like a Teen Titans thing. That'd be weird. It would be weird, but they could.
That'd be weird. Because if they do Teen Titans and then you have Joe Manganiello, who's like a 40-year-old man, be like, I gotta kill some kids. That'd be weird.
You're saying he wouldn't kill those kids? He would kill those kids.
He would. Deathstroke does not give a fuck.
Exactly.
But I'm just saying, in terms of a movie, people would be like, I don't know if that's all right. Like, that's a little weird. It was a little weird when they did it. It was a little weird when they did it in the show. And in the comic.
People nowadays are all about murdering kids, Wade. You're not hip.
I mean, I know The Rock is very much like gung-ho about killing Shazam. So yeah, I mean, I guess.
So there you go.
Everybody
agrees with whatever The Rock says, and if he says kill kids, killing kids.
I would love someone to point that out to The Rock and be like, "Hey, Rock, you've been talking about like beating the shit out of Shazam. You realize Shazam's like 16, right?" The Rock's just like, "I don't give a shit."
It's like, I don't give a shit. Kids need to be pummeled every now and then.
I'd be like, God damn, Rock, shit. So maybe The Rock is a bad guy.
He's evil. He's playing Black Adam. Like
he's evil. He's perfect for it then.
Exactly.
Black Adam in real life.
There you go. It's like there's a reason he was cast.
I've already seen people complain about the name Black Adam.
Why?
Everyone's like, of course the black character is named Black Adam. I'm like, for one, he's not black.
He's not
the character. The character's not black, and The Rock's not black either. It's just a name.
But people weren't mad about Black Panther.
No, there were people who were mad about Black Panther like that too.
People were mad about everything.
What's the black guy got to be called Black something?
Black Manta is black.
He's called Black Panther because he dresses up like a fucking Black Panther. It's not because he's black.
What's Black Manta's excuse?
Black Manta in the comics is white.
Yeah, but what about in the DCU?
In the DCU, he's dumb, so he can go fuck himself.
That's true.
He's also like retarded. like actually, like in the comics, he's got like autism.
Oh, I thought you were about to say in the DC. I'm like, what made you think he was retarded? Like, what do you do?
Well, I mean, his performance was a little off, but
that doesn't make someone retarded.
It might. He might. I don't know Yahya Abdul-Mateen in real life. He might have something wrong with him.
I guess, but he kind of just he disappears in that movie, so he doesn't really have anything to do.
Yeah. And his dad was Steve Harvey, so I mean that's.
We joke on that movie way too much. We should.
I'm deservedly so. It's a dumb movie. It's not terrible. It's just silly. That whole movie. I look at this movie and I just go, "This is goofy.
This is silly."
And not in like a fun way. It's just like, this is absurd.
Have Have you heard some James Gunn news in DC Universe?
Is there James Gunn news?
There is James Gunn news. Would you like me to tell you?
Is he doing a sequel to Suicide Squad?
I don't know, but he has come out and said he has one more project after Peacemaker's show in the DCU. So,
oh shit!
Don't know what it is.
Intriguing.
Anything you would want him to do specifically?
I think James Gunn would make a damn good Blue Beetle movie. I would love a Silver Age Batman movie from James Gunn. I think that would be perfect.
I've heard something about. It was something with the Justice League. But I don't remember what it was. He was one.
Was it like Justice Society or something?
Maybe that sounds.
That would be if he does something with any of these characters in like the Silver Age and like sets it in that time. That's perfect. I think he'd be perfect at that.
I don't know. Maybe he's just doing Suicide Squad 3. Maybe that's what it is.
I am cool. I'm down with that too. He made me care about a big dumb space starfish. So let's get another one.
Birds of Prey 2. That's what he's doing.
If he can make it good, fucking hey, let's do it.
Hey, the mind of James Gunn is infinite.
I didn't think the Suicide Squad looked good, and then I saw it and I was like, this is fucking rad.
Yeah, it's the best thing DC's put out since Joker, honestly.
It's better than Dune.
It is better than Dune. Dune is garbage.
That's an interesting time to live in. We're saying a DC movie is better than Dune.
Yeah, if we would have done that in 2016, people would be like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah, what the fuck are you talking about, you moron? And now it's like, yeah, you're kind of right.
We're living in like the 2000s, you know that, right? Like we got Toby's coming back, we got Hayden Christensen's coming back, Ewan McGregor.
DC's making a comeback.
Michael Keaton's still relevant as Batman.
Michael Keaton's coming back as Batman. This is so weird.
It's a weird time we live in right now.
So weird.
Anyway, speaking of weird times, this is my last piece of DC news, by the way. I don't know who this is, but Finn Wittrock. Have you ever heard of this guy?
I think he's in the Green Lantern show that's coming up.
Yeah, he's confirmed to play Guy Gardner in the HBO Max Green Lantern show.
Yeah.
How do you feel about that?
That's fine. He looks like Guy Gardner. I could see him with the big dumb ball haircut.
You're not upset. You're not upset. You want it to be somebody else. You don't want it to be Hal Jordan.
I mean, no, I don't want Hal Jordan anywhere near this show. But I'm sure we're gonna get Hal Jordan at some point. But
yeah, I'm sure.
I mean, I'm just glad we're getting different Green Lanterns because I'm fucking sick of seeing Hal Jordan everywhere. So it's always Hal Jordan. It's like Guy Gardner's a solid Green Lantern. Let's fucking show him. Like, let's have him do stuff.
I'm just excited to see possibly a good Green Lantern thing in live action.
Hell yeah, that'd be awesome. Is Alan Scott gonna be in the fucking show? I hope so.
I don't know. I just hope they do.
The only Green Lantern with a cape.
I hope they do something interesting with the fights because, like, everything live action Green Lantern wise has not been interesting. The entire movie that they did was not interesting, and then the one time we saw a Green Lantern in Zack Snyder's Justice League, he just like laser beamed somebody. I'm like, he's a
he
Green
got his hand
Lantern.
cut off and died.
Yeah, I'm like, he's a Green Lantern. Like, have him do something.
Yeah, I think that's the issue. I think that and I've noticed a lot of their HBO Max shows have been very character driven. So I think they might be going in that direction with this because I don't think this is part of the DC EU. Like in that main town, I think this is a separate thing. It might be. I don't know. They haven't said, but I think it's its own show. So if it's its own show, I have a feeling they'll probably go in the Doom Patrol or the Titans route where it is a little bit more of like a character show. Which if that's the case, fucking A, that's cool. Because I think that's DC's niche. They've found that niche, and I hope they just keep going with it. Where they're taking weird, obscure characters and just doing character things with them. Like a Doom Patrol movie would not have worked because they would have made it like they would have tried to make it like X-Men. But the show works because it's just all these this weird fucking character show with all this weird dumb stuff in it. And the Suicide Squad worked that way. And that's what that whole movie was, dumb, weird characters doing dumb stuff. Like they found that niche, and then you just kind of keep enough with Batman and Superman. We need to take these small characters and just do weird stuff with them.
Hey, this could give you hope. We get a Booster Gold thing. possibly.
That would be awesome because Booster Gold, I goof on Booster Gold a lot, but he's actually a really good character. I like Booster Gold a lot.
He's a big goofball.
He himself is not goofy. It's just
The
no
premise
one takes
of
him seriously. Yeah. The fact that no one takes him seriously is what makes him funny. He has a really good episode of Justice League Unlimited that's all about him. And it's actually a really good episode.
In Justice League Unlimited? I need to go back and rewatch that show.
It's so good. It's so good. Justice League Unlimited starts a little rocky, but towards the end it gets better.
Because I remember watching it when it was like out, or like it was playing on TV or something. And I just watched random episodes, and I need to go back and watch it like in order. So
Justice League is a fucking badass show from start to finish. Justice League Unlimited starts off a little rocky. Like season 1 is kind of iffy, but season 2 gets way better.
Doesn't the Justice League show, it ties into the Batman show, right?
Yeah, it's in the same universe.
Yeah.
Batman, Superman, Justice League, Static Shock.
I guess I should watch those two.
And Batman Beyond. Well, yeah, you should, because they're fucking really good too.
I'm just over here watching Seinfeld. That's the issue.
You know, I have all these shows I really should watch, but I'm too busy watching Seinfeld.
I need more Kramer in my life. All right, that's what I need.
I mean, hey, you can never get enough Kramer. I mean, you can, but
I like George too. I think George is funny.
George he's the most relatable one. He's the one that everyone can relate to because he's just angry about everything.
He's like, my life sucks and I hate it. And it's like,
yeah.
Oh, well. What other DC news do we got? I'm all out. So
that's kind of it. I don't have anything else.
Well, it was a lot of fandom stuff. That's mainly what we had.
Mm-hmm.
So DC future is looking bright though. Flash looks good. Batman looks good.
Yeah.
I'm excited for Black Adam and Shazam too. So DC finally might have something going on. Aquaman 2 could be good.
Yeah, keep it up.
It's a possibility.
I doubt it because it's the same crew and the same people.
I was gonna say I'm doubting too, but you never know. They could swing and hit home run.
It's possible. I hope he leans into the fact that this is like a goofy, dumb thing and makes it like kind of a parody of itself.
Don't do Black Panther again. Don't do that. That was the issue.
Yeah, it would be hilarious if they were waiting for Marvel to make Black Panther 2. So it's like we got to figure out what they're doing so we can make our movie.
It's like we got to make it like Black Panther. It's like, well, they're changing because Chadwick, he passed away. It's like I don't care.
We have to kill Jason Momoa.
Can you imagine? Like if Chadwick Boseman, when he passed away, they were like, Jason.
James Woods just sitting there. He's just like, fuck. And then he picks up his phone. He calls Jason Momoa. And he's like, Jason, we got terrible news. He's
like, what? What is it? And then all of a sudden, somebody behind him just starts choking him out. Who the hell are you going to hire to choke out Jason Momoa? Nobody's doing that. Unless it's The Rock himself. Like,
I could choke out Jason Momoa.
No, he's a big dude.
That doesn't mean shit. That doesn't mean he knows how to fight.
It doesn't, but like he could put his thumbs in your eyes.
I mean, yeah, anybody can do that.
That's true.
That's why you don't choke him out with like a wire. That's why you get a gun and you just shoot him in the head because that's instant and you can do it from a distance.
I mean, true, but you got to be good at shooting. That's the issue.
No, Jason Momoa is a big dude. You shoot once, you're gonna hit him somewhere.
This means lethal.
But if you hit him somewhere, he'll be on the ground, being like, "Oh, you shot me," and then you get another shot.
True.
Like shoot him in the leg, pop him down the ground level, and then pop him in the face.
Wade's got this planned out. He's gonna take out Jason Momoa.
I've seen the John Wick trilogy. All right.
Yeah, that trilogy's going downhill. Like slowly goes downhill after.
Yeah,
but I'm still trying to get Dylan to watch the first one. He won't watch it. I don't know why.
Dylan hasn't seen the John Wick movies?
He hasn't seen any of them, though.
What is wrong with Dylan? I thought he was the cool one.
Well, me and Derek keep telling him, like, look, it's cool. He's like, I don't want to see Keanu Reeves just shooting people for 2 hours.
What?
I mean, it's not what it is.
What does he want to see Keanu Reeves do?
I don't know, but I'm like, it's
what
not
he's
all
done
that.
Since like the 80s.
Maybe he doesn't like Keanu Reeves. I don't know. He might be the only person ever to not like Keanu Reeves.
Horrible person does not like Keanu Reeves.
Dylan, apparently.
I don't even think Keanu Reeves is that talented, but I still like Keanu Reeves.
I mean, I like Keanu Reeves because he's a cool dude.
Yeah,
and he like donates to charity. He donates most of his salary to charity.
He rides the bus.
Yeah, like he's a
like just cause he doesn't have to.
He's a down to earth person.
Yeah. So I'd love to meet Keanu Reeves. I'd love to get cussed out by Keanu Reeves.
Hey, it's full circle, man. We used to always mention Keanu Reeves. Now we're bringing him back. We haven't
really had a whole lot of Keanu news.
There's not a lot of news to talk about for Keanu.
I mean, he's got.
I don't know what he's. I was gonna say besides the Matrix. I don't know what he's doing besides.
Not a whole lot of Matrix and John Wick. That's like all he's got going.
I guess, yeah.
And maybe Marvel at some point. He'll fucking join that finally.
At least he's not Adam Warlock. I know people wanted him as Adam Warlock.
People wanted him as Adam Warlock. People wanted him as Moon Knight. People wanted him as Wolverine. People want him as everything.
What's the next? They want him as Silver Surfer, probably.
I wouldn't be against that.
You wouldn't? I don't know if he'd work as
Silver Surfer. I could see he's got the zen-ness of Silver Surfer, where he's just very like, I'm cool and calm.
True.
I could see that. He doesn't have the look, but you could. Silver Surfer's fucking CG anyway.
Imagine they get Keanu Reeves and they then voice over him again with Lawrence Fishburne, like they did. So then it wouldn't be Keanu Reeves at that point. Yeah, I mean his body. It'd be his body. Like
okay. But he's a silver man. He doesn't look like Keanu Reeves.
That's true. So.
That would be hilarious. I couldn't see. Yeah, I mean, I couldn't see his voice doing it. Like, whoa, I'm the Silver Surfer. Whoa.
Get Keith David to voice.
Dude, why not? You want a scary Silver Surfer?
Oh, that'd be a scary Silver Surfer.
I'm the fucking Silver Surfer, Galactus.
Fear me.
I ain't afraid of you. If Keith David plays Silver Surfer, he's gonna kick the shit out of Galactus.
Galactus would be like, shit, I ain't moving this guy.
He'd be like, shit, all right, fuck.
Like,
I'm sorry.
Scary dude right there. Why'd I give him powers?
He should play like Dr. Doom.
Keith David?
Yeah.
He's a little too old, but I can
see him. He's in a mask the whole time.
He'd be a scary Dr. Doom, that's for sure.
He's in a fucking mask. Like, he didn't do anything.
He could be Magneto.
No, because he'd have to do stuff.
He'd have to move around.
I think Gus would make a good Magneto.
Gustavo?
Yeah. I know that's like they'd have to change the character like completely because he's not Jewish. But
also, if it's in modern times, he'd be old as shit. If that was like World War II was still his backstory.
He would be, yeah. He very much would be, yeah.
That's why you got to update comics to not major events that happen.
But then once you do that, people bitch and complain about it. Well, you change.
Well, know, either that or he's going to be 130 at some point. Like,
well, maybe they could retcon it and be like, "Oh, the mutant abilities, they don't age."
That's Wolverine's thing. That's not Magneto's thing.
Oh, now it's Magneto's thing. Fuck you.
Fine.
It's everybody's thing. All the mutants don't age.
I'm gonna call you out on your bullshit though. If in the next movie they're like, "Oh yeah, he was in World War II," I'm like, he should be like 100.
Yeah, I don't know if they're gonna do that. But it's like if they get Professor X, it's like he's gonna be white, he's gonna be British, and he's gonna be bald.
Not if they get Denzel Washington.
I would love Denzel to be that. He would be kind of an intimidating Professor Xavier though.
But if you have freaking Gus as Magneto, that'd be a perfect.
I mean, well, yeah, you'd need that. But I could just imagine him like training these like young X-Men like kids, and all I picture is Alonzo Harris from Training Day. Yeah. This shit ain't chess, this is checkers. It's like, all right, calm down, Professor X. Jesus,
the best Professor X though. That'd be amazing.
I'd be totally fine with that.
Get Ice Cube.
What about Wesley Snipes?
As Professor X?
No, as Magneto.
I don't want him as either one.
I don't know. I can see it
because he'd say some stupid shit. He'd be like, "We're trying to ice skate uphill," and be like, "What the fuck are you talking about, man?"
It'll be a callback.
No, it's not a callback to anything.
It'll be a callback to Blade.
Sure, but like nobody's gonna know that.
I'll notice that, and I'll be like, "Hey, props to."
You'll be the
Wesley
only
Snipes.
person laughing in the theater.
And I'd laugh my ass off.
People will be like, "Why? That wasn't funny. That. Like, why are you laughing at that?"
Like, you don't get it. All right.
You didn't watch Marvel.
Go watch the first Blade movie because it's fucking rad.
It's fucking rad.
The first Blade movie is so fun. It's so much fucking fun.
I just don't want Wesley Snipes as anyone unless he's just playing Wesley Snipes. He can be Wesley Snipes in a movie.
He's definitely gonna be in Blade. They're definitely gonna.
That's fine, and he can be in Blade as Wesley Snipes, like he's just playing himself. That would be
fuck. What if they make it like Mahershala Ali is Blade, and then they made a movie in universe about Blade, and then Wesley Snipes is Blade in the movie, and they just show a scene from Blade.
And that way Blade is in the MCU connected officially.
And then Wesley Snipes is in the theater watching himself. It's like, that's how you do it. And then Mahershala Ali just looks up and he's like, no, this is stupid.
This isn't realistic at all. Like
this ain't me. Like, what the fuck is this? And then Wesley Snipes stands up and he tries to drop kick him.
We might. If Morbius does come into the MCU, we might get a Jared Leto versus Mahershala Ali. That could be a thing. Morbius versus Blade.
That's possible, yeah.
That's a possibility. That'd be a good.
Morbius was supposed to be in the first Blade movie.
He is usually attached to Blade in the comics.
Yeah,
so.
he's a vampire.
Yeah.
I don't want Jared Leto like to interact with Mahershala Ali though.
Like you're not on that level, all right?
Like no, you're not. Jared Leto's not anywhere near Mahershala Ali. Like Jared Leto's a weirdo.
I mean, are you just now figuring this out?
If it was Jared Leto and Wesley Snipes, that's a different story.
Oh, that's a perfect.
I'm totally fine to see that.
Perfect.
I want the fucking make that happen.
Perfect.
That would be amazing. He'd be doing his Jim Carrey Joker, and then Wesley Snipes would say something stupid.
Maybe they'll shoot a new scene. It'll be Blade 4 will be playing at the movie instead, and it'll be him versus Jared Leto.
Fuck. Make that happen. When did Morbius become an actor?
I don't know.
Or is Jared Leto also in the MCU as Jared Leto?
he's the variant.
He plays Morbius.
Yeah.
That's confusing as shit. I don't know, but see, that's kind of the stuff I want in the MCU at this point. Like, just be dumb and weird. Like,
dumb and goofy.
Just do weird shit. Like, weird out there shit is what I want. Like, do parodies. Do just goofy, dumb shit.
We might get that when the MCU starts dying and people don't care about it anymore. All right, let's just do weird shit. Finish it off.
Cool.
Let it die.
That. I'd be totally fine with that.
When are they gonna finish it? That's my question.
Probably never.
Like, it's got to be in the back of their mind. Like, we got to finish at some point. Like,
I don't know. I mean, you would think logically, you would end it with Endgame, the biggest movie of all time.
But maybe they're thinking we can do better.
Okay, Kevin.
Okay, I'm curious.
Fucking try.
I'm curious on how much money No Way Home's gonna make. That's how much.
Probably a lot.
Is it gonna cross the $2 billion mark? I don't know.
I don't know. It's definitely making $1 billion. I don't know about $2 billion.
I mean, Far From Home made $1 billion, so I guarantee this is making $1 billion.
Yeah. I don't know. It's going to do very well because it's just off of nostalgia alone. No one's going to care about Andrew Garfield in it, but everyone's going to go see Toby and be like, fuck.
I don't know. I've seen a lot of people recently come out and say Andrew's the best Spider-Man. I'm like, where the fuck have you been this whole
time? Yeah, where have any of you been the last 7 years?
Right.
There's again, this happens with fucking everything. Now everyone's like, oh, the Amazing Spider-Man movies ain't that bad. It's like, where the fuck have you people been?
Like, everyone's been bashing these movies, and you're just now being like, "Oh yeah."
I've been on the TASM 1 is fine train for like a decade now. And everyone's been like, no, this movie's bad. And now everyone's like, it's not that bad.
I don't know. I don't know where
TASM 2 is still a bunch of nonsense.
I don't know where these people come from. Because, like, when Dark Phoenix came out, people are like, yeah, X-Men 3 is not that bad. It's like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Like, what the fuck are you talking about?
X-Men 3 is terrible.
If you think X3 is a better movie than Dark Phoenix, you should not have a right to talk about movies. X-Men 3 is such a jumbled, disjointed fucking mess.
It's got a meme in it. It's got a meme in it.
Yeah. They got that from the internet.
Right. Like, I don't think it was called memes back then, but it was a meme.
But yeah. And they were like, yeah, this is smart.
This is a fun idea.
Like Dark Phoenix is boring as shit, but at least it's a movie.
They tried.
They tried to make a movie. They just made a boring movie. X3 was just like, oh, let's just have all this dumb shit in it.
I still haven't seen Dark Phoenix since the theater.
I haven't either, and I'm not gonna, but I own it. I own all the X-Men movies.
You own it.
I haven't seen New Mutants since the theater either, but I own it.
Me either. I'd rather watch New Mutants than Dark Phoenix, honestly.
I don't know. That's one that, like, debate. You'd lay both Blu-rays out in front of me, and I just sit there for like hours debating on what to watch. No,
that's just you have somebody put it behind their hands, so you just pick a side. All right, that one. It's like, okay, that's the one I'm watching.
Sure, yeah. Because like both of them are pretty bad. Not as bad. I mean, X-Men Origins is probably the worst one of the whole series, but it's fun.
I was gonna say X-Men Origins has fun aspects to it. That's what makes it.
X-Men Origins is like Samurai Cop.
Yeah.
It's the Samurai Cop of superhero movies.
Like, if you gave me the choice of watching New Mutants or X-Men Origins, I might watch Origins over it.
Oh yeah, of course. X-Men Origins is hilarious.
Yeah.
So fucking dumb.
Me and Dylan were talking about this the other day. What is the worst superhero movie ever made, in your opinion?
I
was thinking it might be Elektra, but I was like, maybe it's Steel. I'm not sure.
I don't know. Are we talking, because when we say the worst, what are we saying? Like, what's the criteria for worst? Entertaining, or just because there are some really bad superhero movies that are still entertaining?
I'd just say the one that you would least likely want to watch ever again.
Kick-Ass 2.
Kick-Ass 2? Kick-Ass 2 isn't that bad, I don't think.
Kick-Ass 2 is terrible.
I don't remember it that much, so maybe I'm wrong.
Exactly. It's dog shit.
Because now that I'm thinking about it, I'm like, no, that's Kick-Ass 1 that I'm thinking about. That's not
Kick-Ass 1, awesome. Kick-Ass 1 is an awesome fucking movie still. Kick-Ass 2 sucks.
It's worse than Steel. That's what you're telling me.
Steel is entertaining.
Sure, because you got Shaq running around.
Steel is goofy and dumb and silly. Like, I'd put Kick-Ass 2 up there with in like Supergirl.
I forgot about Supergirl.
So Supergirl's really fucking bad. Also,
it is really bad. I forgot that movie.
It's honestly kind of offensive too.
It is. No, it 100% is offensive.
Yeah, it's offensive to women.
I totally forgot that movie existed. Yeah, I was saying like Elektra. I was like, Elektra's just so boring.
Elektra's pretty bad.
Dylan was,
but like, at least that movie has like a style to it.
I guess.
Like, at least it's like there's something interesting about it. Like Kick-Ass 2 is just fucking bland and dumb.
What about the Catwoman movie? Is that worse than Elektra?
Oh yeah, Catwoman's definitely worse than Elektra.
Only scene I know from that is that basketball scene. It's the only scene I know. Catwoman is like one of those movies where I'm like, how did you watch the final cut of this and not realize this is a stupid, dumb movie? Because like, even for the time, people were like, what the fuck is this? What did you make? What is this?
And I remember Bryce saw it when it came out. This was years, and he does not give a fuck about superhero movies at all. But he saw this for some fucking reason. And I remember him telling me about it and being like, "Yeah, this movie's dumb."
Probably because Halle Berry's in it. That's probably why he saw it.
I mean, probably. Yeah, Catwoman's terrible. I still haven't watched the Blu-ray. You got me.
Hey, I had to finish your DC collection, or try to help you finish it. Do you have any more? Do you have to get, or you got?
I got to get the Suicide Squad.
Oh.
And then I still got to get like a million of the goddamn shows.
We're just talking about the movies. Talking about movies right now.
But I think the Suicide Squad is the only one I don't have.
Nice. Got the whole DC collection. At this point, I'm gonna have the whole Marvel collection because they keep doing multiverse stuff. I'm like, all right, well, I gotta add that to my MCU collection, kind of.
They can do the multiverse all they want. I am still not purchasing Venom.
I already have
or Venom 2.
I already have it. I don't have Venom 2. But...
They can eat a dick.
You already bought it, Wade. You got upgrade.
Sure. It's not. They don't make any money from that though.
True. But like,
I'm trying to get every DC thing ever. Like all the entertainment stuff, because I think I have all the serials, but I don't have any of the, like, I have the 90s Flash show, I have the 70s Wonder Woman show, and I have the Adam West Batman show. I gotta get the Superman, all 80 fucking Superman shows they've done. I gotta try to get more of the animated stuff. There's a lot of animated movies that I don't have.
Yeah, that's gonna be a fuck ton.
That's gonna be a lot.
Because there's a lot of animated movies. A lot.
Yeah, and plus the old cartoons they used to do. I want to get those too.
It's a lot of stuff. Is the HBO Max stuff? Does it come out on DVD?
They've been putting them out, like season 2 of Doom Patrol they put out. And I think Stargirl, the first couple seasons of Stargirl and like Titans, they've been putting out. I don't know how long they're going to continue to do that. Hopefully, I can have Doom Patrol like the whole series.
Don't pull on Netflix.
Yeah, don't just stop releasing them. But I think for the most part they put out all the HBO Max stuff.
Oh, that's good.
They've been doing that so far.
Marvel is the complete opposite. They're like, "Fuck you, we ain't putting out shit."
Well, we'll put out the movies.
That's
and then everything. Well, they're not putting out the TV shows because they want you to get Disney Plus.
What about Daredevil? What about Punisher? What about Defenders? What about
they don't own that stuff. Disney doesn't own that shit.
I don't care. Somebody needs to put it out.
Things.
Somebody needs to put it out.
And Netflix, they're dead to Netflix. They don't give a fuck making any money from it.
See, HBO Max though, they're doing this the same thing. They want subscribers, but they're also putting it on DVD. So.
Well, but HBO Max isn't everywhere, so I think they're putting it out on Blu-ray so that everyone can watch their shit. Because like they're still launching in like foreign markets too. Like they're still trying to get it up and running for like they just like a few months ago just announced it's coming to Europe like next year or whatever. So like they're putting them out so that people can see these shows without getting HBO
What
Max.
Percentage of people buy a DVD that's not a collector? Like I'll go buy a movie if I just like see a movie, but like usually if I buy a movie, I'm like, all right, it's my MCU. I'm just buying it for my MCU.
I mean, they wouldn't put out Blu-rays of anything if it didn't sell well. TV shows probably sell worse than movies.
Probably.
But even so, it's like because you have the people who have seen it on HBO Max, and then the few extra bucks you'll get from people who don't have HBO Max, who get the Blu-ray, and that's how they watch it. So that's kind of I think that's why they're doing that. I don't know why they're doing it. I'm surprised we even got a fucking physical release of the Snyder Cut because I never thought that was going to happen.
Still, I want a goddamn WandaVision Blu-ray or 4K. That's what.
I would love that too.
Or a Falcon and Winter Soldier 4K.
Falcon and Winter Soldier one I want also.
Be awesome, but nope, I don't get that.
I just
hey Disney, Disney, if you're listening, because I know you like to listen to us, I'll pay you all the goddamn money. I will pay up to $300 for Daredevil season 3. Goddamn it! I know you have nothing to do with that.
I would pay as much. They can put any price on that show. I will find a way to get the money. And
we'll wait 3 years for you to make it and pay $300. And
I will buy that.
I don't give a shit.
Because I'm refusing to watch season 3 on Netflix because I don't like streaming.
I'm gonna have to because I'm rewatching it, and that's the only way I can watch it. That and Defenders.
I fucking hate streaming, especially when you have a gorgeous ass show like Daredevil, and it constantly just dips in and out of quality. Like fuck you, I'm not watching a show like that.
I'm tempted. I am tempted to learn how to burn it onto a disc and just be like, fuck.
Well, I mean, burning a DVD is simple, but do it if you're gonna do it. Do it on a Blu-ray, which is it's gonna probably cost you a lot of money to do that.
I don't care if I'm gonna spend $300 to get it, or I'm gonna spend $300 to make it. One or the other.
DVD burner, you can get a small, like portable DVD player for like $20 probably, and then just get a bunch of blank discs, DVD-R discs, and then just burn it on DVD. It really doesn't take that long.
So what, would you just like download it off Netflix, the episodes, and just put it on there? Is that how it works?
You'd have to figure out how to download them from Netflix. And then once they're saved on your...
You can just hit download off Netflix. That's how you watch offline. You just download.
Oh, you can? Yeah. Fucking do that. And then put them on DVD. Or, if you want, you can burn them on Blu-rays, but that's far more expensive.
All my other MCU collection is Blu-ray, so fucking...
Yeah, you'll have to get a Blu-ray DVD burner.
I'm going to burn it on a 4K, you son of a bitch. No.
I don't know if they have those.
I don't even know if Daredevil was shot in 4K. I don't even know if it would be...
I don't know if... I think they have a 4K version of it on Netflix.
It might be
maybe not the whole show, but it might be like upscaled or whatever. Because seasons 1 and 2 look gorgeous on Blu-ray. They look better than I ever remembered them looking on Netflix.
Rewatching season 1, I'm like, damn, this show looks good. Like, it looks good.
It's so fucking beautiful.
I've been using my discs, so
yeah, and it's gonna. You're gonna notice a immediate change once you start watching it on Netflix.
As soon as Defender starts, I'm gonna be like, oh my god.
Yeah, this looks like piss.
But yeah, Daredevil's been good, and I think I'm surprised Derek's liking season 1 as much as he is. Can't wait for him to see season 2.
You think he'd not like it?
I thought he was gonna say it was too slow for him, but I think he's enjoying it. So
I don't think Daredevil's all that slow. I think it has a great pace to it.
Yeah, it does. It has a good time keeping you hooked. That's for sure.
Yeah, because it mixes. It knows when to be kind of more character driven, and it knows when to be more like we gotta just have Daredevil like throw a microwave at a guy's face. Like
Derek's really mad because he's like, when's he getting his suit? I don't like his black suit. It looks stupid.
Shut up, Derek. He's gonna be really disappointed in the whole show because he only wears a suit for like half of season 2 and Defenders.
I was gonna say he wears it for like all of season 2, doesn't he?
Well, he does, but he's not in it like a lot.
Yeah, season 3 the suit's there. He's just not in it. Somebody else is in it.
Sure, but he's not wearing it.
So,
and you have some of Defenders he's wearing it. But I like the black suit. I think the black suit looks dope.
I prefer the regular suit over the black, but I do like the black suit still.
I don't know. I think for what that show is, I think having him in the black suit is appropriate, especially in season 3 because there's actually like a reason for it.
Yeah, I'm not saying it don't make sense. I'm just saying I would prefer. If I had to pick either one, I'd pick the red suit. And
I'm sure if they got a season 4, they probably would have put him back in the red. But
I'm still curious on how much of he's going to be in No Way Home.
I don't think a lot. He'll be in a couple scenes at the beginning, probably.
I think you're right, but like, are they going to allude to Daredevil at all, or is he just going to be a lawyer?
I think he'll have like one line talking to Peter Parker where Peter Parker's like, you don't understand, anything. And Daredevil just gives like a little look and he's like, I understand more than you think.
What if he just like catches a fly or something?
I don't want it to be that on the nose. Like keep him blind. He's like in a courthouse. He's got to keep appearances that he's a fucking blind man.
Oh, like him. He's just there with Peter Parker, just to like give him that nod, like just him and Peter Parker in the room.
Oh, I don't know. I would kind of just like a verbal kind of exchange where it's like, oh, hey, that is Daredevil. Like he knows some shit. We don't need to see it.
I might be more excited to see Charlie Cox than I am to see Toby or Andrew.
Oh yeah, definitely. Because I care more about his Daredevil.
And I also might be more excited to see Andrew than to see Toby.
Honestly, yeah, I am.
So I'm like, Andrew's story didn't really finish, so I'm excited to see like
Toby got his trilogy. All right, he had a good run. Andrew didn't even get to finish his fucking story, and neither did Charlie Cox, if we're being honest.
Charlie Cox at least got 3 seasons,
3 kick-ass seasons.
Yeah,
but
at least he got that.
Yeah, I don't know. I kind of like. I think Daredevil works with 3 seasons. I like the ending of it. I just wish they didn't have that fucking cliffhanger at the end.
Well, I know they wanted a season 4. And they didn't think they were going to cancel.
But if you take that cliffhanger out, I think it works perfectly. Because I think if they put him back in the suit after that, it would have been like, because season 3 is very much like at the end of it, he's very much like, all right, I kind of want to try to be like a normal person.
It would make sense though. Bullseye is the one that makes him come back out of it. Be like, all right, I gotta put the suit back on.
It would, but if you did that, Matt Murdock would have to die.
You think?
I feel like the only way to justify him putting on the suit again is he's willing to just give up everything and just die in order to stop this fucking guy. Like I feel like that would be the proper end to the show. If you're gonna put him back in the suit, he needs to die after the ending that we saw.
Well, in the MCU, in the movies, they're gonna put him back in the suit eventually.
Well, yeah. Well, Charlie Cox has already said that like if they are gonna do more with him in the MCU, it's probably like gonna be a different Daredevil. Like
he can say whatever he wants.
It's gonna be him, but like he says like it's probably gonna be a reimagining. Like it's not gonna be the same Daredevil, and it's not. I don't think it's going to be the same Daredevil from that show. I think it's going to be a little different. But
in my mind, it's going to be the same Daredevil. I don't give a shit.
I mean, in No Way Home, sure. But once they start having Daredevil like fight with the Avengers, I'm going to be like, no, this ain't him.
Nope, it's canon to me.
Nope.
Canon to me.
Nope.
They reference the Avengers all the time in that freaking show. So
they did, yeah. So and they reference Defenders in Homecoming.
You say that, but
what else is that a reference to?
It could be a reference to a lot of things.
What? Name one.
I don't know. Super Pets.
Super Pets are DC.
I'm sure there's a Marvel version somewhere.
They do. Howard the Duck. They're not referring to the Howard. Iron Man is not referring to Howard the Duck.
Could be.
Iron Man would not give a fuck about Howard the Duck, and he's up in space.
Maybe he came down for a drink with an Iron Man.
And Iron Man wouldn't blast him in the face.
Talking duck, holy shit. Bam.
Fuck. And then shoot him in the dick.
Why are you shooting people in the dick? Why is he always shooting people in the dick?
I don't know. I'm not Tony Stark. Ask Tony Stark.
That's a fair point.
That's probably why he died.
I can just imagine you're at somebody's funeral and you're like, that's probably why he died. You shot him in the dick. Should have shot Thanos in the dick. Still be alive. People are like, what the fuck are you talking about?
You're like, bro, he just died. Like, could you just wait a couple days at least?
It's like, nah, dude. That's how I deal with sadness. It's just bad jokes.
I'd be like, no. Tony Stark was a douchebag. All right. Like, I'm here. That's more than he deserves.
Well, I think I'm gonna get some drink and go to bed. It's already 10:30. At least for me, it's 10:30. No, it's not 10:30 for you.
Yeah, it's almost 9:30.
Cause I gotta work tomorrow. I don't fucking want to go to work tomorrow, but I do.
Fucking bitches.
I'm gonna walk in and just be like, I quit, boy. It's gonna be it.
I mean, hey, you could. You can do whatever you want.
Could. It'd probably look bad when I go to be like, hey, what happened to your last job? It's like, I just quit. I walked in and said I was done.
They were mean to me.
They said I was a racist, so I
They
quit.
were duty heads. Well, I feel like that's a pretty justifiable reason to quit. I don't know. Every day I came in and they were just, hey, you're a racist.
Hey, you're that racist kid. It's like, no, it's not.
That would be, dude. That would be amazing if they referenced the podcast. That'd be amazing.
If somebody puts a post-it note on my desk that says hashtag Devin's racist, I'd be like,
hashtag cancel Devin.
Or yeah, hashtag cancel Devin. Like, what the
fuck, man.
Like, how is this getting around? Who's watching our podcast in this freaking office?
I don't know. Hey, we're our last couple of videos.
Yeah, they've been
doing pretty well.
Booming. It's probably because we're talking about relevant shit.
Exactly.
We'll see. We'll see if we grow into something more.
Hopefully.
Maybe we'll get a studio eventually. Who knows?
Hopefully we'll be fucking famous.
I don't think any podcaster's famous besides Joe Rogan, but maybe.
Probably not, but we'll be the next ones.
We'll be the next Joe Rogans.
And I'll have Joe Rogan on my podcast.
And be like, Joe, the fuck?
It's the first question. Podcast, the intro plays and then fades up. Joe, what the fuck? You're like, what? What did I do?
It's like you're eating the peanut butter out of the can right now. What the fuck are you doing?
Can you just not be Joe for like a second? Like, I haven't even introed the fucking video yet. Like, could you just
He'd be like, look, I don't care about no peanut butter, but you ever heard about the Loch Ness Monster? Be like, God damn it, Joe.
Fuck. I don't have time for this shit, Joe. We gotta talk about movies.
Can talk about movies and aliens.
He's like, bro, movies are cool, but like, you ever do DMT?
It's like, no, Joe. It's not why we're here.
We don't talk about drugs. We just talk about racism.
It's like, Joe, are you a racist? Well,
you're a racist, Joe? He thinks about it. He's like, oh, maybe. Like, what?
Define racism.
Define racist. Racist.
Yeah, well, maybe. I don't know.
Then yes.
I hate cats.
If that's not racist. That's just you hate cats.
It's like, oh, maybe I'm not
racist. I don't hate cats. I just hate black cats.
That's maybe racist. I'm not.
That's kind of racist. That's racist against cats.
It's racist against cats. Do cats have races? Like, hey, look, you're a mix. You got different.
They have
colors.
black cats. They have white cats.
They got brown cats.
They have brown cats. So you can be racist towards animals.
But are they racist? Like, do they look at each other and be like, oh, it's a black cat?
Oh, for sure. For sure. A white cat is going to look at that black cat and go, look at that motherfucker.
Yeah, this guy. Nasty.
Look at that unlucky son of a bitch.
You know he's been jumping in the garbage. Gross. Man.
And he's just walking down the street minding his own fucking business.
Dogs aren't racist. I know they're not racist.
Dogs are just dumb.
Yeah, they're just chilling.
They're just, hey, I don't give a shit.
Like, look, you give me food, we good.
You give me fire, you stay away from my fucking food. We're good.
Good. All right. My throat's dying. I'm going to go.
All right.
Talk to you later.
Bye.